Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. Our first sponsor is the brand new video game, Baldur's Gate 3. Take it away, Sam.
There are lots of reasons to be excited about Baldur's Gate 3. It captures the chaos and surprise of a D&D campaign, but in a next-gen video game. Character creation lets you define personality, body type, age, looks, right down to the highlights in your hair. The expansive original storyline explores a dark corruption growing inside you that carries with it a mysterious burgeoning power. There's also an in-world newspaper called Baldur's Mouth that publishes your exploits for all to see, but the thing I'm most excited about is the romance.
There it is.
That's right.
There we go.
Baldur's Gate 3 has romanceable NPCs, y'all. Your character can forge all kinds of relationships, including the naked sexy time variety.
Woo!
And your romantic life actually changes the game's narrative arc. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there's actually a clip out there where the main character can even get freaky with a druid in a bear form. Which is very sexy. Now, I haven't played the game, but unusual romantic pairings are kind of my thing. So I wrote a little scene of how my ideal in-game romance would go. Liam, I don't mean to spring this on you like this, but would you care to read the scene with me?
You already made me wear the costume, Sam.
Great. So you'll do it?
Yep.
Awesome. And remember, this scene is all about romance, so play it real, okay? And action.
Honey, I'm home. How's my hot little tiefling? Ready to roll a natural 69 in the bedroom?
Oh, finally back from adventuring. Let me guess, your important battle took longer than expected?
I didn't know a demi-lich was going to ambush us. Are we really doing this again?
Yes, Grenlock, we're doing this again. I worked my hot little tiefling ass off making you a whole salmon casserole, and now it's gone cold, like this relationship.
Baby, I was frozen in a stone spell. It took a while for Kendra to heal me.
Oh, that's what this is. That bitch Kendra the Wild. Always spending time with her and not me.
She's our cleric. My arm was severed. Look, the therapist said, you never support my work.
You mean your dream of living as a bear 24/7? I've been your biggest supporter for years. Look, I may just be a level 1 sorcerer and don't earn enough treasure to contribute to the rent, but that doesn't mean my dreams aren't valid too.
Wait, hold up. I'm confused. Is this what you think romance is?
I mean, different things turn on different people.
That's fair.
Just read the last part.
I'm sorry, baby. I know I'm a bear, and you're a hot-ass tiefling. Maybe I can cover you in honey and make it up to you. Oh, baby, come on. Let's hibernate all night long.
And scene. That felt great, Liam. Didn't that feel good to you?
So good, Sam.
The next generation RPG, Baldur's Gate 3, gives you unprecedented freedom to explore, experiment, and interact with a thriving world filled with characters, dangers, and deceit. Online multiplayer for up to 4 players lets you combine forces in combat, or split your party and follow your own quests. And there's romance. This is what I do when I'm nervous. It's time to gather your party and return to the Forgotten Realms. Baldur's Gate 3 is now out on PC. Matt, thanks for bearing with us.
Does anybody want to bury me in the parking lot?
Having Overlook Hotel flashbacks.
Oh, yes.
Stuck on your shit.
Oh, boy. Suffer for your art, Liam.
Getting death to smoochy vibes over here.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, straight up. Laura, you got some announcements to do?
Oh my gosh! Oh gosh, which one do I start with first? Okay.
Your choice.
I'm gonna start with this.
Oh!
Hold on, I gotta unhook it. We have, you guys, we have an Imogen denim shirt.
That's
Look at
really
this thing.
cute.
It's countrified.
No, but it's also not countrified, it's also just super wearable. But look at Imogen Timmel oversized denim shirt. Artist Adrian Helton. Oh. See, it's the moon, it's the moon, it's the moons, it's the moon phases. And get this. We also have Ludinus dice set. And it matches. So you could wear Imogen and hold Ludinus in your hand. Oh. And check out, have you seen these? They're very cool. Have you seen them in person?
I haven't in person.
They're so beautiful. So beautiful.
Is that our first denim thing ever?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's so good. I tried it on when it was in sample phase, and I wore it home, and it's mine, and I'm taking this one too.
These are good. They're like smoky, but also like spiky and
you can open it real quick. Should you need to?
Oh, it's a snap?
Oh, wow.
It is a
It's not a
snap.
button?
I mean, tearaway denim is the best.
Tearaway
kind.
denim is the way to go.
Best
8 years is the denim anniversary.
And the last thing is, everybody loves a good Robbie Damon action figure. Yeah, Dorian Storm reaction figure. Artist Hanna Friederichs and Super 7. And this one as well is exclusive to CR Shops. Check it out in our store
Get the load
right
of
now.
Gainsborough's
So
Blue
many
Boy.
good things.
Is that
I
denim?
feel like that's the best I've done on a
You did
ad.
great.
You did.
so good.
That was the one?
Yeah,
Anyway, thank you so much to everyone who joined us at Gen Con last week.
it looks
We were
good.
able to showcase Queen by Midnight and Till the Last Gasp, as well as give previews of upcoming RPGs, Candela Obscura and Daggerheart. So if you missed out on getting a copy of Queen by Midnight, we invite you to heed the rule by midnight and check out this Battle Royale board game and its full release on August 22nd in Critical Role shops and Darrington Press Guild stores. You can place an order with your local Darrington Press Guild store to get special foil versions of each princess's ultimate card as well. So look into that. Marisha and Sam, you got something to talk about.
You guys, we're back with season 2 of Midst, starting on Wednesday, August 23rd.
And you can join us for a roundtable with the Midst narrators, as mysterious as they are, next Wednesday, August 16th, as we dive into season 1 and get to know these incredible artists and storytellers.
Yeah, shout out to Third Person. Subscribers will get the first 3 episodes of this season right away, plus some amazing new benefits like monthly bonus episodes with the narrators, digital downloads of the episode art, and music tracks. You can learn more at midst.co.
Check it out and subscribe.
Yes, good shit. Also, the final episode of Candela Obscura Chapter 1 is available to watch everywhere. So if you missed it and you want to watch that first set of 3, you can binge it. It's super good. It's super great. And then also, you might have seen that Chapter 2 of Candela Obscura is coming August 31st. Yes. Join us for the premiere on Twitch, YouTube, and
What?
you guys
I didn't know this.
in Cinemark Theatres.
Dang.
That's right. If you're curious, you can get on the ground floor of this chapter as the Circle of Needle and Thread.
What?
Face off against a duplicitous threat that wreaks havoc on the war-torn Fairlands. It's so good, you guys. Our players include Travis Willingham, Brennan Lee Mulligan, Sarah Fezzle, Luis Carrazzo, and Marisha Ray. Alongside our game master and lead designer for Candela Obscura, Spencer Stark. He fucking knocks it out of the park. It's good shit. For tickets and more information at for tickets and more information, you can go to critroll.com.
Crit roll. Well done.
A lot
Crit
of
roll.
stuff. We make stuff.
We do stuff. We do things. We do things. But I think that concludes our announcements. So let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of
I have fair hair in my teeth.
Critical Role.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll.
How do you want to do this?
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen? He might. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight.
From the healer to the renegade.
share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll.
Certainly try.
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
That is your wife.
And welcome back.
Too many games.
Too many.
Too many games.
Wow.
Full meltdown. Welcome back. So, last time, Bell's Hells, in prepping themselves for the coming growing threat in the Hellcatch Valley, in the echoes of the solstice and the Exandria-wide changes and damage that it's left in its wake, you went to ask aid of Keyleth after finding out that she had still continued to suffer the wounds that she was given in that moment by Odahan Thule. This specific toxin that she had used, this venom on her blades, prevented the wounds from closing, and Keyleth remained near incapacitated, unable to use her magic to weave these wounds away. You discover that there is a particular type of flower that grows in places of severe corruption that, when gathered, could, at least through previous experience, possibly reverse this toxin. You followed shortly after a group of volunteers that went to the Grey Valley and discovered they themselves had befallen some dark scenarios upon attempting to recover these flowers, some of which fell and were corrupted in this field, others that were captured. You followed the trail to a bastion, a stronghold of followers of the Platinum Dragon that had fallen recently to a mass demon horde. Much was lost on each side, but victory laid with the demons, and they were preparing for some larger ritual, a blood feast of some kind in which these captured individuals were to be prepared for. You, using a two-pronged assault on this bastion, managed to slay many of these demons, ally with a devilish figure that seemed to also have a coincided interest against these demon forces. Destroyed the local demon general of this region, of this assault, and freed the remaining captives, 3 of which were members of the first Ashari volunteer party, one of which is Bernie, your Ashari sister. After realizing the space was dangerous, and Fern made a tiny, tiny little pact with this devilish figure, Tevin, exhausted, hurt, and not immediately able to return back to Zephrah, Bernie carved through the stone magically an alcove in which you could rest for the evening. There you gathered up, sealed the stone, and within this safe space, prepared yourselves for an evening's rest. Is there anything you do before we go into bed?
Yes, actually, I just realized that I wasn't fully stacked to be as efficient as I could be. Do we have the butcher's bib in the hole?
I mean, probably. Hold on.
Can't remember if I put it in the bag of holding or not, but I want to put that bitch on.
Okay.
And attune to it.
So the hole's 10 feet across. This alcove is rather small, so you have to ask everybody to get very close to the edges of the interior of this kind of circular cavern.
Buddy, scooch for a second.
Okay.
Back up.
Everyone got a back, so
Through the back.
No, I fall in.
Oh no!
I was about to say we could just sort of fold it closed, but now
that doesn't seem to be. What are we waving to?
Yep, there you go. Right up.
Oh wait, shit! What did you need?
I got the butcher's bib. It's fine. I'll attune to that.
So you acquire the butcher's bib.
So,
let's see that thing you picked up, that dagger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I take the bag of holding and I pull out this sword that's got like rubies or jewels or something.
It's on the like lengthwise on the shorter scale of a greatsword.
Okay.
But it is quite wide. The blade itself is like a large, thick blade with a cruciform hilt on it, and there are rubies embedded in it. It's like a solid, smooth platform. It's a beautiful-looking blade.
Dope. FCG, you still got any stank to figure out?
I do, if you need me to check it out.
Let's do that.
All right, my lens pops down, and little beams of laser light come out and scan it up and down. Forms a 3D model of it in my brain. I turn it around.
Showing it off. This is just showing.
Just see like Terminator, like analysis. What do I see?
You see a beautiful blade that's referred to as Graz Tachar, the Luminary Blade.
The Luminary Blade.
The minute you look over it and hold it in your hand, a voice comes through into your mind. It says, "Child of creation, strange being of metal and will, there is much darkness in this world that must be dispelled, and you have a great destiny before you. Perhaps together we could do great things and turn this world right."
Oh wow. Are you a god?
Who are you talking
No.
to?
I am no god. But I was once a great king.
A king? Wait, what's your name? Hi, smiley day to you. I'm Fresh Cut Grass. Can you see?
I cannot see. I just feel the presence of a hand on my hilt. I need a stronger connection, but even so, I fear that what took me also took from me my memories.
Oh no.
All I have now is knowledge of the darker shadows that creep across this land, and a wish to prevent others from falling to what I once fell to.
That's what we want too. That's exactly what we want. Everyone,
Talking a sword?
the sword is a king. It's a king's sword.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was just one of those in my head.
Oh, you heard him too?
Yeah.
That's quite a claim.
King sword.
I'm not a big fan of talking.
King of what? What was he? What's this?
Pardon me, Your Highness, sire, if you can still hear me. Were you always a sword?
Don't romance the sword. Don't romance the sword. No.
I mean, you're metal and I'm metal. And
Well, I mean, if you're asking.
Pierce me.
Have a way.
were you once? Were you always a sword?
No. No, it was my last dying breath that placed what little power and will I had into this blade. And I don't remember much of her since.
Do you have a name?
I did.
They're taking this long to tell you their name? Come on.
Recall.
I don't want to be rude to the. It's a forgetful sword.
You said it's a king sword?
How does he remember?
Here
he's
is
a
the
king?
information from the.
So he doesn't remember his name?
Do not recall my name, but the blade that carries me, that I gave myself to, I guess that is my name now.
Grast
Char.
Grast Char. Grast Char.
Grass to char.
King of what?
Grass to Char.
Do you use weapons?
I mean, I am a weapon.
Swing it, FCG.
Hang, yeah!
That was...
It's a nice hefty blade. It's a great sword, so it's strength based.
Oh, it's a great sword.
Oh, wait, am I strength based?
It's a
Like a stouty, like a shorty.
It's like it would be probably the blade itself about maybe 3 feet, 2.5, 3 feet, and it's about almost a foot wide.
Woof.
Maybe a little less than that. Like
Very much
like
That's a paddle.
Wait, a foot wide?
sorry,
It's like a cricket
6
bat.
inches. 6 inches, I should
That's
say.
still a wide
That's
ass
like a
blade.
Roman
Yeah, it's a
gladius there.
See if you can hold it.
6 inches.
Chet, see if you can do it.
I can hold it.
Are you a strength guy?
You bet your fucking ass I am.
So wait, like king of what? Hold on.
Oh, okay,
I don't
before I give it to-
trust. I don't trust things that talk that don't have moving parts. There's some rules here.
Can I detect thoughts on the sword?
if you'd like to.
I'm gonna try to detect thoughts on the
Oh,
sword.
that's awesome.
It's a sword. You can't really. There's not a brain to pierce. Though there is a consciousness there. It's a powerful enchantment that holds this consciousness within, but nothing that seems to
FCG.
break
what's
through
up?
particularly.
Wound me.
You want me to use it on
Yeah,
you?
well, hold on. Are you calm? How's your emotional
You
state?
have to like attune to it
Huh?
in order for it to really work.
Yeah,
It
letters
does
you can
require
normally.
attunement. Yes.
Huh?
It requires attunement.
Fuck that.
But I'll-
Let me have it.
Roll for an attack.
Natural 1.
It just whips, and I'm like, oh, it hurts. Hello, man.
You lift the blade. It's a low ceiling. You lift the blade.
But also, like, it's not that I don't want to hurt you. I don't care about you. What if it hurts him? He's a new friend.
That's very considerate.
True,
Yeah,
you shouldn't
sure.
probably use the sword. It could hurt.
Unless, King, Your Highness, Sire, do you like
Yes.
to hurt people with yourself?
Only those who deserve it, of dark intent.
Does he like the taste of blood?
Do you like the taste of blood?
I don't think I can taste anything in this blade.
King of fucking where?
King of fucking where?
And what?
And what?
I try to recall.
Does he know he's a...
Oh,
Do
sorry.
you know,
I can't
do you
hear
know what year it was when you were
It
king?
was long ago.
Oh, what does that mean?
During, I want to say, an age of great magic.
Age of great magic. That could be a long time ago.
It could be right now. There's great magic all the time. That really is.
You don't like this guy very much.
Don't trust
Here,
things.
I'm going to give him to you.
God.
This is a weird end of the night.
Hello?
You walk a strange path. There is I want to say a fire that burns within you that tells me there is great possibility in the road ahead.
The fuck does that mean?
If you perchance have the strength to carry me, use me for justice and good, perhaps together we could wash the shadows that corrupt the lands of Tal'Dorei.
What shadows would that be?
There are those that seek to undermine the council itself.
What itself?
The Council of Tal'Dorei.
Oh.
There are leaders across this land. A shadow that seeps, I see it in my dreams. There are things ancient and dark that once felled me, and now all that I wish to do in this forgotten, long scattered state is ensure that no other falls like I did.
Okay, this is weirding me out. It's talking about the Council of Tal'Dorei.
Do any of us
We'll be
know?
right back. I'm gonna put it in the ground and step
Isn't the
back.
council recent? Is there a way to? Do any of us know if the council was something that existed long before?
Roll a history check.
Yeah, thank you.
Me too.
I got a 28.
Oh, nice.
28, great.
Don't worry about it.
Council Tal'Dorei has been around largely since the era of Zan Tal'Dorei. In different forms. You know, it was
Just after the war that scarred this area.
correct. Like there was a council that always worked around the king back when it was a monarchy for many hundreds of years. And then when it was ceded to the Council of Tal'Dorei, it became the prominent power and governing body of Tal'Dorei. But the council's been around for centuries.
Who was the king of Tal'Dorei?
Before Zan Tal'Dorei?
Yeah.
Zan Tal'Dorei was
Tal'Dorei?
Zan Tal'Dorei was the first king of that realm. Before that was Warindra Sig, which claimed himself to be king and was the one that essentially went to take the entire realm of Tal'Dorei as his own.
Yeah, Warren Jusik sucked. Zan Tal'Dorei, she was awesome.
Yeah, and she kind of
History.
yes.
I have like one further question. Hold on. Do you remember who was wielding you before?
Previously, I was being misused by some horrid thing. An essence of that same corruption that seeps into these lands. The forces that crawl into the back of minds and make them minions of shadow and realms far more dangerous and nightmarish than what you've seen. That is what I stand against. That is what we could stand against together.
And I assume you're like a little cloudy on who was before. since it's probably been a while.
I've passed through a few hands. I was once held by a just warrior within a great stronghold, but then taken.
Famous great warrior stronghold.
Previous to that,
taken.
I was once held by a keeper of beasts.
Keeper of
and
beasts
brought through the
before that?
wilds of the land.
Just
They saw little interest in the
things.
cities and
Oh my
townships,
God.
and we did not see eye to eye
no.
until they were slain by the very beasts they sought to control, and I was left alone for some time.
Beast idiot was eaten by animals as beast idiots often
Before
are.
that, I was held by a family, passed down through 3 generations.
So a family for 3 generations. I don't know if they all shared it, or if it was just like one group.
They had dark aspirations
They
and were left
evil.
broken
All of them.
and poor.
And then they suffered.
I was sold to an auction house once.
It was... Okay, it's getting weird. There was an auction involved.
There's one more thing I can try if you want to give him back.
We're going to have a couple other people talk. Very interesting. Thank you for all of that. I'm going to toss them over to you.
First of all, it's a very powerful blade. And if you're keen on it, you feel free.
Ooh.
It's very powerful.
Okay.
I will try one more thing just to glean some information from it. I'm going to cast my 5th level Legend Lore.
Legend lore.
If it's legendary or has importance, I'll get some information. And if it's not...
What kind of materials do you need for Legend Lore?
Oh, incense, which I have. 4 ivory strips, which I think I bought. Right there, got them.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
You cast Legend Lore as you hold this blade upon it, and the blade itself shines beautifully in the low light that is held within this chamber. What you do here, through the weave of magic,
I'm gonna go into my deep, deep memory banks.
those who wield this blade carry behind it a powerful will. The radiance is a curtain. Behind it, that which is burned away.
The radiance,
The radiance is a curtain. That which has burned?
That which behind it is burned away.
The light is false.
It's evil.
The blade does corrode. The metal, that of the prince's will.
Prince's will?
Prince.
Like,
Oh my god, he's the demon prince. The demon prince.
yes.
Rudalagan.
Brutally, yeah, that's right.
There are a bunch of Fruit of the Loom.
There are a bunch
Fruit of the
there are a
Loom.
bunch of princes.
It's a trick. The sword's a trick. I'm not gonna say that out loud.
Did you not just say? Did you also just say I'm not going to say that out loud? Out loud?
That
Is
part I said
possible?
out loud.
Okay.
All right, here you go, Chetney.
Speak to me, grandfather.
It's very powerful.
Oh, cool.
Dick.
You would not. FCG.
I mean, it's just so fun, though.
Elder child, who has walked these lands near long as I have, you carry within you a will to do great things. Your grasp around my hilt. All those who seek to bring shadow upon these lands shall fall beneath my blade, and we shall rise triumphant for a great fate before us.
Beneath your blade and beneath my claws, we shall cleanse this land of shadow.
Glory be our union.
Boy, we're gonna get discounts in the cafeterias, you and me. We're gonna teach these people to respect their elders.
Now, Chetney, I think I should.
Thank you, FCG. This is a truly wonderful. I feel like I've never been more powerful or virile. This is fantastic.
As you know, I'm attuned to personalities, and I can read people very well. And I got a sense from this fella that, listen, I want him to be a sweet, sweet guy who has a lot of trauma that I can heal, because that's my bag.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think he is. I think he might be and forgive me if this is a slur, he might be a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Oh. Just like me. Maybe he just needs a friend.
Well, I don't know. He might be a demon. He might be a demon.
Sorry?
Prince. He might be a demon prince.
Yeah, you do know that phrase doesn't mean you just wear wool, right? That actually a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Why
is
would you wear wool?
I know it's itchy, right?
It's so itchy, but
On
like
top
I
of
want to make
your
sure
fur?
that
Sheeps don't even wear clothes. It's a broken phrase.
Letters, you just have a hunch that the sword is a demon prince?
I mean, I got a strong demon prince vibe.
Why?
Well,
Nice.
The voice creeps into your head. Your friend likely senses the presence of lingering dark magics from my previous wielder.
Oh.
What?
It is prone to obfuscating divine interaction and details. Perhaps give it time.
Give it time. Apparently you were detecting traces of dark magic from its previous wielder. Maybe it takes on the personalities of those that wield it. I mean, maybe given time, this will be able to carve incredible pieces of woodworking by itself and then pass it on to its next. I could pass on my skills like taking on an apprentice.
this fucking thing sure talks a lot.
Also, what you're saying is it could hear FCG, even though you're holding it. It can hear all of us.
It's listening to us all right now.
Yeah, it sounds
Listening
like
to
it.
us
Yeah,
all?
yep.
I hate
Can
that.
you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Could you hear Fern?
Her name is Fern.
It is Fern Calloway. Social Security number.
Jenny would for sure fall for a scam.
Wait, I give you a $500 gift card? Just through Google? Okay.
I am more than just a mere weapon. I am a compatriot, a member of your troop. As such, indeed, I can take in a bit of my surroundings, limited though it may be, though I speak to you, and you alone.
I understand. I will keep your great wisdom and confidence. Look, I think we just give it a shot.
maybe we pray on it a little bit tonight.
Yeah, of course.
Don't go and do anything like, attuning to it tonight. Why don't we just think about it a little bit? Because I got some big... It just felt like there was a facade, and behind the facade was...
Why'd you give it to Chet then if it felt so wrong?
Well, he's the wisest and oldest of us. I thought
That's
he
true.
was
I
the
actually am
oldest.
the smartest in this group.
If the sword is a demon mascot and it can hear everything that we say,
Should you
is
talk
that...
to him?
How about? Well, I'll wait.
I
will
was
wait.
really level-headed and
Plus, look, it's just a sword. If it gets weird, we'll just throw it in a lake or something like that and let somebody else find it.
I was about to say, can I see that thing one more time?
Sure.
I suppose can't read the card when I'm looking at it, can I? All right.
It's very powerful. It's really powerful. Awesome. Yeah. +3.
I can sense that you're all a bit reticent to bring me on your journeys. But I can already see the deep strength that your grip holds. I'm certain you carry and have wielded many a powerful weapon, but I guarantee you, together, you could do great things. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Can I see? I would assume I can see that. I'm getting a vibe from
You
it.
can eat my ass. This is my card right now.
It's real powerful.
Okay.
Well, not to literally be devil's advocate, but I'll hold it, sure.
That's all I wanted.
My arm! Oh, God! My arm, Chetney, take it, please, gently. Oh, God.
I'll sew that tendon back on.
Thank you. Well, I'm pretty sure Fern just entered into a contract with a demon, so,
Maybe you could ask your boyfriend about it.
Yes!
Oh, yeah, but you formed a pact with the devil, which is different, right?
Different from us.
I'm not sure. I really had a moment of weakness.
I tell you
I
what,
think it was just a lot of. It was the retribution that just really got me.
Matilda Mercerium at it again. The devil's inferno.
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 He's too hot to handle.
That is amazing.
He's too hot to handle, but she likes
The
the
devil.
burn.
That's great.
How about if it becomes if it gets weird, you and I can just trade off. We can share the burden. You give me your hammer, I'll play with it a little bit, and I'll give you the sword.
I could ask.
You've got weapons.
My demon
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Although, do we want to let him know that we're in this little
So we
cave?
can go back and forth. Just comes to it.
Also, too,
I'll tell you what. In the meantime,
you got the sense via the conversation with him that it isn't like a Hey, just put me on speed dial in case you got questions. It's like a...
Well, I don't know that.
Right. Oh, fair enough. You do your thing.
Yeah.
Let's make an agreement for the night.
Literally 2 hours later.
Let's have neither of us take it for now.
Neither of us?
Just for a night.
That feels like a waste.
Why? Nothing's gonna happen. Are you saying that you're too weak to survive without it?
No, I mean, I told you.
You are an old man.
I'm so curious, though.
One night.
All right, fine, one night.
I'm gonna open up the hole.
All right.
Anyone else want to talk to, I don't know,
Voices in their head.
Talk to him?
King Butterknife, whatever the fuck?
It's so heavy. It's literally big.
It's pretty fucking heavy.
I could just eat it.
I can't work with that.
Nah.
All right, we'll sleep on it.
I'll sleep on it.
Let's throw it in the hole.
Is the cave entrance like open, or does she
No, it is
shut
closed off.
Okay.
It is sealed, and you guys are essentially in a chamber with enough air to get you through the night.
When dancing lights.
Unless you really,
Little
Right. Fair.
unless you have a good rebuttal to that, Chetney, I'm thinking just throw it in the hole.
I mean, it's a talking sword. I would hate to not use it.
Yeah.
A game. But, you know.
I mean, if it does turn weird, we can always just kill him.
It looks like
100%.
I think you should. Why not?
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't see
really
what the
strong
problem
sword.
is.
I turned to Bernie, so this is the crew I run with.
This is a very curious group. They seem, as I've seen, very capable.
Everyone has their own unique skill set, so we sort of complement each other in a weird way.
Look, I understand. Many of our Shari have their own unique quirks as well.
I'm torn between self-preservation and just enjoying a cautionary tale. I really don't know what to do right now.
About the sword?
Yeah.
Look, the sword said, FCG might have just been catching some bad vibes from the previous guy. It could be a great sword.
It is a great.
Well,
Time will tell.
I suppose it will.
And if it goes bad, we can just get rid of it.
Like, we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
What could possibly go wrong?
I mean, I feel like of all of us, he would probably be the easiest to kill, so.
Definitely.
So, Bernie, in the morning I'll be able to teleport 8 people, including myself, back to the Ashari, and then we can get them to open up a tree close by for the rest of
All right.
the team.
Okay. Is there a particular tree? We should
I'll
probably
look for
choose one in the
yeah.
morning before we head out, and you can go and...
Describe it? Is that how it works?
That can be challenging, but
Is there a better place to meet up? Did you have a...
if you can talk to my sister and have her look in on us first, she could look at the tree. We can just stay near it and hopefully don't leave us out there too long.
Of course not,
'cause
yeah.
We'll be kind of out in the open and...
Has Maeve been out here? Does she have a familiarity with the land?
No, we'd have no reason to come here, aside from when the voice came here after the initial attack last year.
How long did it take us to get to this point? 2 days?
I mean, from traveling...
Yeah, from Zephrah to this.
From Zephrah? You didn't spend more than half a day through the valley.
Well, then why don't we walk with you all to the tree that we can pick you up. We'll teleport. Tell your sister to scry on you, right? That's what you're suggesting, and then amp you all through.
I think that'll work.
But we'll at least go with you to the tree.
All right.
And then
Let's do
teleport
that.
from there.
That's tomorrow, right?
Couldn't it be any old tree, though? If she scries on him, then can't it be any old tree? Like, it could be a tree right outside of here.
We'll find the nearest tree.
Yeah.
As long as
Yeah,
they
yeah,
can see
yeah.
it. You don't have to go too deep in there. Just something large enough that it'll be able to, sustain the opening.
Chet. Your call.
Yeah, I'll take it.
If you get even the least bit weird, I will crush your hand.
Define weird.
No.
Okay.
You see the rest of the survivors, the two Blades of Zephrah that are kind of just settling down, enjoying what looks to be the first moment of peace they've had in a number of days, likely. Barony goes and kind of stays as a uniting point between you and the rest of that troop. Says goodnight to both of them. The two soldiers of the Bastion, who look like they're still kind of processing what is likely to be some degrees of PTSD in the months to come from watching all of their comrades torn apart by a demon horde. But they also seem to be thankful for the moment reprieve and rest as they begin to go into almost an immediate deep sleep out of exhaustion and days, who knows how long, in fear. But all of you prep yourselves for the evening's rest. All right.
Before I go to sleep, can I ritually cast Commune? Is that a thing?
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh.
Did you take it off?
Everything's red. Everything's red.
Did you take the circlet off?
I didn't.
Something's happening.
I did not.
I did not. I thought the dream.
You are brought back to the Red Storm. All too familiar as it surrounds and suffuses the space around you. An endless maelstrom of red dust and cloud, flashing with distant crimson lightning. The flashes subside for a moment, and before you in the storm, you see a massive dark shape obscured by the dust, before the winds briefly part it, revealing hundreds of domiciles, carved and built into the red rock, the shapes round at the corners, organically inspired in architecture, and hundreds of humanoid shapes, just dark shadows through the storm, all walking through the multi-tiered streets that weave through. As you stand there, all of them stop at once, and all in unison, shift to you, and all their eyes glow with a purple light at once as they all perceive you. A yearning begins to consume your body from the inside. A heavy, emotional gravity that is pulling your attention downward. And you hear again, echoing through the storm, Imogen, please, run. I won't let it have you. Do you give in to the urge, or do you fight it?
I'm gonna fight it.
You're gonna fight it.
How can I trust you?
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Natural 20.
You focus your consciousness, and that urge, right as it begins to almost pull at something within the inside of your chest, your being, almost like strings pulling you down to the ground before you, like you're about to be thrust upon your hands and knees, you push away with all the force of what odd power has been granted to you, and you rocket up out of the storm. You watch as the dust and the shapes and the city begin to disappear, obscured below, and you emerge from the clouds. And you drift, your hair just gently lifting around you in a slightly darker stratosphere above the Ruidian skyline. You can see the gentle red curve in the distance, and as you glance up, you can see the shape of Exandria facing that direction. The single thin red line connecting the two like a bridge, like a thread. You look down back at the storms, and you can see there are pockets where the storms subside. And you can see valleys. And you swear you can see movement. distant and minute as it is, you're too far to see details.
I look up at Exandria. Is it possible to drift toward those pockets where I can see closer, where I can see more clearly?
Yeah, you will yourself in that direction, and just as easy as it is to breathe, you glide back closer towards the surface, but above where the storm fronts are, until you begin to cruise over one of those openings, those small pockets of free air. And looking down, you can see these rolling red and gray and maroon valleys and mountains that rise up. And what looks like herds of beasts, strange, unfamiliar beasts running along cracked red valleys. You can see sand flows like rivers that weave through chasms where creatures wade through like water. There's an ecology here. Like a weird shadow version of the world you know. The world holds a hidden vibrance outside history. At that moment, you feel a presence behind you. What do you do?
I detect thoughts.
It's your mother.
I turn around.
She's there, just beyond where you are, though just kind of a luminescent spiritual projection, if you will. I just want to protect you. More than anything.
Then why didn't you?
I am.
Was it you? Was it you who shunted us away when everything happened?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Why don't you fight this? Why don't you tell me what's happening?
I need him as much as he needs me. I must be careful, for he is older and more cunning than most. The seeds we bear still pull us. I will find a way to end this one way or another.
Are you setting him free? For Dothas? Is it gonna really destroy the gods?
You deserve to be free.
At what cost? Mama.
She gets pulled back. The storm swirls around and consumes you. And you are back to your dark, dreaming state. While this is happening, FCG.
Oh.
You said you wanted to do something?
Oh, I can wait till the morning.
Well, you can do it before you sleep or while everyone else is asleep.
Okay. I just wanted to... I think I can ritually cast... What's it called?
Commune?
Commune, yep.
All right.
I just wanted to say a quick prayer to the Changebringer and ask her a couple of questions for guidance.
Certainly. As you...
I kneel with no knees, so I just kind of roll onto my stomach. This is how I kneel, I guess. And I clasp my metal hands and grasp my coin and, and just whisper to it and see, Changebringer, can you hear me?
You close your eyes. And like when you use your light spell to put light out through your vision to the atmosphere, an internal light seems to click on. And within that dark space, now you can see The shadowed horizons, like a perpetual twilight, has engulfed the entire horizon around you. Just the black outline of the mountains and hills at all sides. You know not where you are, how far these are, but all you can see is a singular silver winding road ahead of you. As you look at your wheel and see the road out from in front and focus back up, there she stands. 50 feet, 10 feet, 20 miles, you're uncertain. Perspective is weird from where you stand. But you see her standing, her hair flowing and endless, seeming to almost weave and wrap around the road, like it's not even touching the ground, like it's a still river of silver. And the hair strands just kind of drift and touch the outside of your armor, and it's warm, it's comforting. You can see details of her face, her brown skin, her kind of soulful, welcoming eyes. She looks towards you, or past you. You're uncertain, but you have her attention.
Okay. I'll ask Changebringer. Are the gods... Can the gods help my friends?
Yes.
Are you worth saving?
Leans close, and the perspective seems to shift, where she feels like she's right in front of you. And your height. Of course.
Are you scared?
The perspective shifts, and now as she leans back, she's a mile high in the middle of this shadowed valley. And she looks over her right shoulder, and one of the mountains detonates, fire erupting up taller than she is. Another one. She turns back to you. Yes.
Okay. I'm coming.
As the shadowed mountainscapes begin to brighten red from the fire that emits from the destroyed ranges, the sky begins to shift into a red coloration too. As you say you're coming, she puts her head down and closes her eyes, and you feel yourself sink. The silver road you stand on seems to bend, almost like your weight is suddenly felt on a long, stretched piece of ribbon, and it bows beneath you. And as you look down, you sink further, and it's like you're falling through the ground. The silver road itself becoming that ribbon that bows up like you're dragging down the string from a balloon. And the commune spell comes to an end.
Just kind of look around the cave. Is everyone else asleep? I want to talk to you about this, so...
You will love her. So you see Lorna. She is asleep, but her eyes are open.
She has no eyelids.
That's fucked.
They ran it off years ago.
Whose eyes are also open.
Kind of translucent, so you can always see them when they flicker.
From the side.
I like that better than no eyelids.
Yeah.
That's valid. No eyelids it is. No, you all complete a long rest.
Yay!
You wake up in what you assume is the morning, or at least a passage of 8 or more hours to where you've gotten a full rest. The rest of the troop is also woken up, the survivors that you've gathered. And you can see Bernie has already begun tracing an outline of where the exit will be, essentially in preparation for her to excavate and send you on your path this morning. As you begin to come to consciousness, Orange looks back towards you. I guess today's the day we go back.
Yeah. You think, Nell and the rest will come with me to go see Derek and Will today?
I think that can be arranged.
Might be a while before I'm back, so.
Of course.
You can do your thing.
Whenever everyone's ready. We don't have much time. If we're gonna eat, we should do it now.
Chat, you live?
Some days these joints, I just don't know.
Did you roll?
Oh shit!
You alive?
And
if he dies right now, he's like, what do you have to roll to die?
Trip 0 is the thing. Right, that's 100.
Oh, yeah, it's a 0 on the one dice and then 0 on the
like
other.
this.
I love it.
It's the closest.
Whoa! What was it?
It's okay.
What was it?
We're good.
It was close.
We're good.
Hey, I don't think he's,
Let's just say it was close.
I don't think he's breathing. Oh,
Did
jeez.
it freak you out for just a second when you looked at it? Yeah.
I know y'all are worried about him, but with the sword.
Oh.
But I feel like if it gets out of hand, I can just it's a curse, so I feel like I can take care of it.
Oh, great.
So
let him use it if it's strong.
well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but what could a talking weapon even do?
I don't know. He barely listens to us.
Yeah.
This game is so small.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, okay.
We're getting out. I saw we're losing air in here. I can feel it.
It's also a little musty.
Oh.
Yes,
It smells
because of
bad.
that.
Look, it was a rough night.
Oh God, open it up.
I think I can smell, guys.
Oh shit! Should we be prepared to fight something? How can we?
Oh,
Look,
Anything
more
can happen.
demons could be on the other side of this cave.
I just assume bad shit's gonna happen every day for the rest of our lives. So.
I'm just gonna cast mage armor on myself before we open up the cave. Just in case.
Very well.
Also, I attuned to the staff again.
Okay.
Calling him Char?
Ooh,
No, is that what you just said?
grass char, but I like char better. The char these.
Char.
As you bring it in, so he goes like, "Good morning, my knight. We will do."
It's very encouraging. It's
Did you attune?
uplifting. Yes.
You tune to it?
Yep.
All right, cool. So you can see you already set the card. You saw something.
Although it's not in the thing, so I just wrote the stats down.
Charo?
Yeah.
It's not in that.
Charo. All right. Are we gonna teleport back? Can you do this?
Yeah, but we gotta walk to the tree.
We walked to the tree.
We walked to the tree.
We already teleported back, man.
We won the campaign.
All right.
The moon is glorious.
Barney opens the stone as it seems to almost carve itself away, like the mountain itself acts as its own clay, and the rock opens up, and you can see the slight misty, not certain what time of day it is. The Grey Valley seems to have this kind of perpetual cusp of sunset feel to it amongst the blanched forest. You step out a bit and you can see the bit of dust and ash the wind is picking up in these small tendrils that seem to wisp away after a few feet. Who's looking out first? Perception check.
Always looking out.
Yeah.
18 and a 19 for a 30.
As you glance out beyond the exit, first thing, fresh air wafts in, which is delightful. It's just starting to get a little musty.
Just start.
Call it musty.
Slept with Chet last night.
That's valid.
Old Spice.
Old lice.
Old Lice.
You do
So nice.
see amongst some of the ridges and some of the ruins, there are a handful of those strange flying demons that are just kind of picking through, picking up bits of leftover carrion, scavenging through materials. So there are things, nothing in the immediate vicinity, but there are entities around the chasm.
That if we were to start
We need to
hooting
be
and hollering, we'd bring them over.
Likely.
I
Pass
can.
without a trace.
Oh, never mind. Nice. How big is our party?
Have you ever done that to us?
I have.
I thought it was always Ashton.
Usually.
I feel like I did it a couple times.
Yeah, I think you did.
Did I?
Oh, you
I think I did.
You have. All right, great.
How many people
I
does that
reset
cover?
every day.
Yeah.
I don't remember. 15.
So we sneaky.
51st dates, yes.
I was like, what's it called?
True beard.
Hey, you guys.
What's up?
I dreamt about Ruidus last night.
You can dream again?
I guess so. I thought that circlet kept me from doing it, but
Are you all right?
yeah, no, everything's fine. But I saw Ruidus.
Did you learn anything new?
Yeah, it's like a full fucking planet. Like there were animals swimming and
Did they seem happy?
I mean, they seemed like animals.
They're cute.
There were cities. There were a lot of people in the city, and they all looked at me, and they all knew it's me.
Do they look like your little avatar guy that you summoned?
Ask,
Or they
like,
just like
people like us, or
Or they? Yes.
as above, so below.
You didn't see enough detail at
They
the
were
moment.
just
You just saw people walking.
Silhouettes and purple eyes.
Oh.
so a little dream trippy at the same time?
Maybe.
Respect.
It might have been the storm, but yeah. I feel more solid than ever that I want to end this connection.
What's that mean?
Like, I know all of us have said, like, we're stopping it. This is the first time I've really felt I want it to go away.
You believe?
I want to help the gods. These demons getting loose. The gods are the only thing keeping that at bay, right?
Don't know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
Did you see anyone in your dream, Ren or?
My mom.
Wow.
Did she talk to you?
She did. She said she wanted to help us, but in the wrong way. She's on his side.
Ludinus?
Yeah. She doesn't want me a part of it, but she doesn't want to stop him.
So she knows it's wrong.
I think so.
Did she look any different?
She looked. It was definitely her presence, and it looked like her in some ways, but it was that kind of spectral, kind of lavender energy, kind of like a projection of her, if anything.
But
It was like a
yoked?
projection of her.
Yoked?
Like really muscly.
Cool.
Are you sure it was her? And not.
I mean, I reached out. It felt like her mind. I don't know his power. He could.
You mean Ludinus or Predathos?
Something was pulling me in, though. Something really wanted me to stay there.
I mean, if it helps, like her getting this sort of call. I spoke with the Changebringer last night. I prayed with her, and she also said that she was real fearful and that she needed our help, and she sort of formed like I dropped down into like a pathway, and I saw this vision, and like the pathway was going up above me. I don't know if that means to the moon,
I think we gotta go.
but it feels like we've got multiple voices in our heads saying to go there.
I feel like if she's telling me so strongly to stay away from it, I don't trust her anymore. We gotta go to it.
Maybe ask your sword what he thinks.
That's a great idea.
Shing.
Sir, what was it? Sir Chad? Char? Nope, it's Sir Chad now.
Sir Chad. He's wearing a fedora.
He's not tipping.
He's a
Sir Chad, you are old, noble, and wise like me. Maybe a little more so. Do you know anything about an ancient deity named Predathos?
No, I do not believe I've heard of this Predathos. My apologies.
It's all right. It's a little disappointing, but you know, it's your first day. He doesn't know anything about Predathos.
Is this Predathos a thing of evil?
Well, we're not
Yeah, I think so.
You don't know what the fucking question is. He's in
I can
my
read it on
head.
your face.
He's in my head. Actually, you can read thoughts, so can you. So we got like a little walkie-talkie thing going on.
Maybe
We got Sonos speakers pinging around.
Reading micro-expressions check.
Maybe ask if he knows Ludinus. I don't know.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yes. Sir Chad, do you know Chad? An individual named Ludinus Deleth.
I've heard of this individual.
He knows.
I can read it on your face that he does.
What do you know? I'm like the guy that mouths the other person's lines in the scene, so I'm just mouthing what he says. So, well, what do you know of this Ludinus Deleth?
I feel like he passed through in my time as king. A powerful, smart individual looking to make connections. Found his fortune westward, eastward. I don't recall. But we may have passed. I did not trust this individual.
See, look, I really feel like maybe whatever vibe you got, former handler, or maybe like his old chick, because he's got the right beat on Ludinus. Like, yeah, doesn't trust him.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Ask him about the matron of ravens.
Oh, shit. Hey, Chad.
I don't know. It's fun.
Yes.
SC. Do you know... Yeah, the Sir Chad.
Oh.
Do you know anything...
Sword Chad.
Sword
Sir-
Chad's cool.
Sir
Yeah, it's
Chad.
like a street name. Do you know anything about the matron of ravens?
Oh boy.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I'm not entirely certain how you managed to mispronounce something in your mind. What is it you're asking about?
I wish I'd heard that.
The matron of ravens. Do you know anything about that entity?
Of course. This is one of the prime deities of Exandria.
Yes, yes. Was, yeah.
Good info.
Yes, what?
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I mean, he knows about her.
And is there an opinion connected to
You know anything
this?
about her? How long had she been around when you were, not a sword?
It's... The specifics have been robbed of me through the ages of the transference.
Poor guy.
But he existed during my time, I believe.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Man, I thought you were around from the age of Arcanum. That's weird. Okay, listen,
connection.
I know that was a lot to ask first thing in the morning. Take a nap. I'll be back to get you in a little bit.
All right.
Back in the bag of holding.
Teleport. Oh, we gotta get to the tree.
Correct.
Let's get to the tree.
All right, are you all being stealthy?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be
I'd like a group stealth check from everybody.
Plus 10.
Out of 10.
Pass without
It's 10.
Oh no.
Cox.
All right.
Goodbye.
Alrighty. So, over here.
34.
Oh, thank God.
Jesus.
22.
Alrighty.
13.
Wow.
With a plus 10.
Yes.
23.
All right.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
27.
21.
Okay.
Okay.
You rolled 21 higher than me.
The one thing I'm broken at.
As a quickly shifting group, you begin to dart from section of ruin to section of broken stone here in the crevasse, as you move out towards the exit from where half of your team had entered. Darting past, you occasionally hear the distant kind of the call and repeat of various demonic flight-based creatures that you had previously encountered, just kind of leaping from and flying to each scavenging zone. At a few moments, you stop behind and feel that one of them may have picked up your presence, and everyone freezes on the cusp of darting before eventually it wanders off. It takes you the better part of 30 or so minutes to eventually leave the chasm in a safe way, but you do manage to break for the dead tree line on the outskirts, where it takes only a few minutes to find one of the trees wide enough to carry the spell, which is a challenge. Many of these trees are thinner, but Bernie does find one that she thinks will be proper. All right, we'll wait here. We'll stay low. We'll Here, and she goes ahead and pulls over the other blades, and they kind of dig into the ground between the roots of this tree, a small kind of a pit where they can kind of duck into it for the time being. Be mostly not seen. They're not perfectly hidden.
You said you can take 8, yes?
Mm-hmm. Wait, let me double check.
How many are we?
7.
Me and up to 8 willing creatures.
There's 5 of them and 7 of us.
What if you do it at higher levels? Or?
No, it's 7th level spell. I can't.
So we can
12
take
total.
2 more. You and up to 8. So we can take 2 of your team.
Or if we were really stupid, we could put them in the hole and hope. But that may be a terrible idea.
Put them in. Oh,
That might be really dumb, because if anything goes wrong, everyone's dead.
That's true.
Well,
Yeah,
we
maybe
can
it's
go
a
in the
risk.
hole.
I'm not going in the hole.
I'll go.
But you'll put them in the hole?
Yes.
I'll go. I'm not worried
Captain.
about it. Yeah, break out the hole.
Do you breathe oxygen?
I don't need oxygen. I can go in there.
You go
How
in.
does it work, though?
How
This
many
may
on
not
that
actually
team
work.
are there? How many
There's 5.
I mean, honestly, I'm actually a little nervous
You
about
need
this, because I don't actually know how
12
magic
total.
works, and that might be like fucking with something.
So 4 people need to go in the hole, right?
We've seen people
so.
have survived in there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes, I think.
So
Yeah.
you roll it up.
At worst, the spell will not work.
I'll go. I'm a slow breather.
Yeah. 1, 2,
I'll
3.
go. I'll go.
I'll go.
No.
Now everybody.
I'll go. Stay with your family. It's fine.
Turn into some animal that doesn't need
just got
air.
back.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Everything needs air.
Well, I don't know.
I would
You
say
living
somebody
things
who
are so
can
weird.
change into an animal might be useful if everything goes poorly. So
In what way are you
We're
thinking?
fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
It'll be fine.
Pull out!
I made an
Hop
idea
in the
and
hole.
now I got
Then
nervous.
ba-da-dum-bum-bum. Let's do
Oh
it.
boy.
Okay.
Takes a moment depending to find a flat enough surface.
I've
put
got
the
it
hole
open
down.
until we're ready to go anyway.
Yeah.
But you go ahead and find a location as you're kind of spreading it out, and because it is something that needs a flatter surface to lay down for the magic to create the hole, and it's hard to do here in the middle of an ash and mulch filled forest
We
floor.
really could have done this in the cave.
Could have, but the idea came too late.
Yeah.
Try and return to it.
We'll clear out
clear
some of the
it. Yeah,
ground. Yeah.
yes,
I'll get the scythe out and
I open my
Stealthily.
rake attachment
Stealthily.
and do some light raking.
Okay.
leaf blower.
Where's the sword?
God,
In the
he's-
bag or the hole?
Bag of the holding. Yeah. Bag of the holding.
Bag of the holding.
Bag of the holding.
Like either you or you to make a survival check, either both individually or one of you make it with advantage, since one of you is helping the other.
With guide? Can I guide? What is this for? What am I
This
doing?
is trying to clear a portion of this well
Oh,
enough
got
that the hole will take root.
Then it's survival? Come on.
Do hear
23.
23. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Fudge.
The screeches get louder and closer, and as the communication continues, you can see the shadowed shapes of 2, 3, 6 of them coming from different directions that are all kind of converging in your direction. One of them that's up ahead that seems to be the one that's sounding the alarm. You see it flying towards you just as you pull back enough of the space where you feel like it's level. You throw it on the hole, and it takes a second. One little corner is kind of off, and you kind of flip it up, move the rock out of the way, and it creates the hole.
Go, go, go.
Get in!
The 3 of you dart in.
Everyone gather up. Go.
Grab and pull it up. Pull the
Just start
staff.
wrapping it.
Back
All
to
right.
Keyleth's.
All right. To
Back to you, Keyleth.
Zephrah. Go ahead and
Now it's sports.
We might die.
That was sports.
Could die in here.
This might be our last moments on hole.
It could be.
You guys really shouldn't be using your air to talk.
you are very familiar with this, unless you had an associated object,
But what if
which
we
you
use
did
our
not
air for something
pull out for this.
Go for it.
Well,
I'll just shut them
I have
eyes.
Borum.
I don't want to be subjected.
I guess.
Everything on me.
Is an
I'm
associated
still
object.
wearing my old outfit. My shield is from my.
You haven't bought new one?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, my
Okay.
gear's from my family.
Then to that case, there would be no mishap.
Oh, thank God. I don't even have to roll for it.
Not with an associated object.
Fuck yes. I was terrified.
Talking about.
So, yeah,
You guys are gonna have sex. Do you need me to, what's it called? Do soaking?
Oh, God, you I know why you're saying it because you watched the same show that me and Travis did.
It's been 20 seconds.
Well, you guys aren't actually having sex. You just lie on top of each other and I jump up and down on the bed.
Oh.
Really? Oh, jury duty? It's if you haven't seen it.
Hi, people watching 20 years from now with a retro playback.
So good.
Don't worry, 20 years from now, soaking is huge.
It's all the rage.
As the beasts converge in your direction, the staff's runes glow, and the magic whips out around, tethers around each of you like a magical net of energy, and you feel yourself pulled suddenly, like someone yanked you from behind through a doorway. And as you all come back to your feet, you all stand in the bright midday sun, the mountain peaks of Zephrah, the wind immediately catching your hair, the light and warmth of the sun upon your skin, and the surrounding atmosphere of the cliff face where the cherry blossom tree stands, and the exterior carved pathways that lead into the city await you.
And I'm flattening out the hole anywhere I can, looking for a place.
There's definitely a flat enough area.
Okay, I'm flattening it out.
So when you open the hole,
yeah,
they're fine.
Oh, God, every time.
Oh, there's just one 6-arm.
What did we do?
Full on
Let me help before I see
Philadelphia
Chetney's
experiment.
ball sack. Please.
I thought we had more time.
Come on.
I'll get dressed.
Pick you up by like one hand and yeah. That's,
Let's get these flowers back to the voice.
yep, getting everybody out, folding everything up nice.
As you all return and begin to rush into Zephrah, you can see familiar Zephrans, and the Ashari people look out with some of them confusion, not really knowing the context of your arrival and your haste. Others who gather that this is a good sign and kind of just wave and watch as you pass by. Eventually you
As
come
we
to
pass by, can I say hi to Scuffy again?
Sure.
Hi.
You come to the outskirts of the multi-tiered structure where the voice of the Tempest is currently bedridden. And upon you approach, you can see the advisors Lida and Tholo both waiting outside. Shunde apparently is probably inside, but Lida immediately glances over and sees your approach. You've returned. This is great news. And looks over and sees Barony and immediately rushes up and grabs Barony into a big hug. And you can, even side by side, you can see the very, very close features of the triplets. And each other up, kind of like hold each other. I'm so glad you're safe. And Barony goes, not all of us made it back, but we'll discuss that later, when there's time to hold them in our hearts, but we still carry them with us. And Lida nods. Of course. Quickly. Leading you inside, as you pull out the satchel, Lida begins to call to Shunde, who begins to gather all the local herbalists. They gather the satchel, both the one that you began to fill and the one that was recovered from the first volunteer team. And they immediately begin to take them off into what looks to be some sort of rich, natural-looking alchemical layer. There are all these manner of like tubes and vials and mortars and pestles and all these manners of like glass jars all across that are all hidden in these natural kind of ivy-grown alcoves and shelves. It's this very like beautiful, quaint, very like witchcore sort of herbalist, like vast 12-foot by 20-foot herbalist station. And many of these Ashari specialists begin to scatter about and making measurements. They take and begin to crush the petals of the blue perennium. They, I pronounced it properly.
Is Nell in the mix?
I'm sorry, was it?
Is Nell the triplet's mother?
Nell is not in the mix currently. But a short time into them preparing this, others begin to arrive. It was whoever was present began the process, and about 5 minutes into the creation here, indeed you see Nell rush in. Half-elven woman of kind of long, dark hair. You get this, no, she would have blonde, sorry. It was the father that had the dark hair. She rushes in, blonde hair pulled into a long braid that seems to go past the lower back. She looks like she's a little bags under the eyes, probably hasn't slept that well recently. Stepping in, immediately rushes up to Bernie as well and gives her a hug from behind as Bernie just kind of just looks over and realizes who it is and gives her a big warm hug.
Tugging at her waist.
Looks back to you.
Hi.
Autumn.
I wish it was better circumstances, but it's good to see you.
These are great circumstances. From what they tell me, you may have a way to heal the voice. You've done so much. And she kneels down and kind of cups your hand. My boy, you've done so much.
Hanging in.
Aren't we all? I need to get to work.
Do your job.
We'll talk later.
Okay.
She kind of like tugs in your ear a little bit and is putting on some gloves and jumps back into the fray. As they're doing their work.
20 points of damage from the teleport.
Good to know. The fitness continues as you kind of wait for them to finish. The better part of an hour goes by as they slowly begin to distill this liquid that, as it hits into this large stone bowl, the kind of like cloudy appearance begins to congeal into almost like a paste. And as the paste as it congeals, it comes like almost like a dull, like a light blue coloration, like a sky blue paste. They begin to gather it up, and it's kind of disseminated amongst various herbalists, and they rush up to the floor where Keyleth waits. In the meantime,
Can we go, or we should wait down here?
It's up to you.
You can wait.
I want to
Or
talk
you
to.
should
I
go.
take letters by the hand and I just start slowly, quiet. Shh.
Okay.
Don't interrupt.
Just us
Just
two?
watch.
or-
I'm going to
okay.
quietly keep about 2 meters behind them. I'm looking for Tholo to see when they're done.
Okay.
Just letting it happen. I'm not going to interrupt this shit.
Okay. Yeah, Tholo is definitely still kind of at the front entryway of the structure, of the building. And he's still kind of sitting there, kind of glancing out, looking back inside, kind of seeing how things are going, makes eye contact with you and just gives a little wave. As you lead FCG upstairs, you get to the chamber where Keyleth waits, and you see her trying to sit up in the bed as the energy and arrival as they rush in, but they assure her to lay down. They help her back down. Her crown, which rests off the side of the bed, now less presentory in the sudden arrival. They immediately begin treating her wounds, kind of placing this paste within them. You see her face begin to scrunch up from a sting or some sort of an unexpected sensation, but they carefully, rapidly, with deft hands and the surgical intent of a healer, each one of these members of the Ashari Herbalist Union tends to their leader. As they begin to treat the arms, the paste seems to be absorbed into the skin, kind of leaving behind like a faint blue coloration. And you watch as her furrowed brow begins to relax. And she reaches onto the side of the bedstand and looks toward the herbalists, and they nod. And she pulls out of this nearby pouches, looks like a small hand gathering of dried leaves and bits of some sort of a colored dust. And she closes her eyes and places it across one of the wounds. And you see this faint glow of light seems to spread from her hand. And the first wound begins to close.
Do you need help closing the other ones?
Somebody goes,
Oh, sorry. You said.
Pat him lightly, metal shoulder.
with that realization, the dearth of energy that she's carried since your arrival seems to subside by half in but a moment, as a flash of hope and energy reaches her eyes. She immediately kind of almost gives a glance of impatience to the other herbalists as they're applying the balm over these wounds, but she lets them finish their work. And with each absorption, each one of these wounds, she begins to place her hand upon it, and with each wound closure, Eventually, strength returns to her. Stronger and stronger. Eventually, she sits up. Pulls back the sheet, and you can see one of the large gashes on her leg. They apply the balm, and she's not even paying attention to it as they do, but she reaches back and takes her crown, kind of brushes her hair back, and sets it upon her brow. She puts her hand in front of herself, glances out to the long window. The curtains open out towards the beautiful cityscape of Zephrah. She mutters beneath her breath as the wind in the room begins to pick up, and you watch as her whole body glows a bright green, and all the remaining wounds vanish in but a moment. As the herbalists step back and the light subsides, she smiles and looks down to the edge of the bed for a second, and looks back towards you, Oren. Well, you have my thanks.
I'm happy we could help.
She stands up, and the long robe that she wears over her dress drags behind the ground. Her staff still leaning against the edge of the bed as she comes forward and kneels before you and takes your hand in both of hers. Thank you.
I really haven't felt like I've done anything right for a while now, so it's good to have a win.
She looks over towards FCG. We have much to talk about. Give me a moment to re-engage my people. They've been a bit nervous, my state being as it is. And I'd like to talk with you and all your compatriots that helped all of us.
Yes, please. We have a ton of questions. I do.
Then give me not too long. I just need to set a few things back on an aligned path.
Should we go on a bit of a walkabout and then come back?
Maybe. And she kind of catches her back leg a little bit. You can see she's still a little wobbly.
Catch it immediately, her hand.
Guess I overestimated the rapidity of my recovery, but I can already feel like I'm mostly back. It's interesting. In this one moment where she's elated and the strength's returning, you know the leader, you know the woman who has held the weight and the burdens and the adoration and strength of a people. And in a brief moment, you see a girl thankful for another chance. As that stoicism returns, you all look like you've had a bit of a journey as well. Please, wash up. Take whatever you like of a food for those who partake. I'll return shortly. I wish to hear of your journey. And you see kind of the realization sink in of everything beyond this moment of victory. And her face hardens. And what's to come next?
We'll leave you to it.
Just a moment. Everyone needs to know who helped. Who the hero is this day. She goes and grabs the staff. Nods to the herbalist to filter out. You can see beyond the doorway, Lita and Shinde wait. Voice. And Keyleth steps out with them. And kind of as she walks past, she pats you on the shoulder.
Prestidigitation her hair so it doesn't look like she's been in bed for like a week. Yeah. Give her like a blowout. And
As she exits, the wind follows her. And for the moment, you two who stand in the center of the room and those of you who kind of followed behind kind of watch her as she passes. And she gives kind of a smile and a nod to each before she rushes out. And at this point, you can see from the kind of the balcony window that leads out that the people of Zephrah are gathering. All the people are starting to kind of come out with anxiety, anticipation, hope, worry. But she steps onto the second floor balcony beneath this wide opening where it looks, and you know this, to be where proclamations are made, where celebrations are brought, where musicians play, when people want to dance in the square outside. But here Keyleth steps out, strong. The wind picks up once more, and you can see, lead her from up behind, and place a cloak over her shoulders of many colored leaves. All the seasons give representation through its perpetual change. You can't hear her through the windows on the second floor, but you can definitely hear the resounding cheers and see the joy and comfort that washes over the hundreds of people that you've grown up with, that the rest of you have just, to certain degrees, come across or spent time with. And it feels good to have a win.
I almost forgotten what it felt like to be a hero.
It's pretty nice. And it seems like you're going to be celebrated, Aurum.
It's wonderful.
Maybe even promoted.
Yes, I was going to say, do you think you'll get a promotion?
I don't know. My sister is Keyleth's right hand.
Maybe you can be her left.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you have like a rank or something? Is it like a military rank or?
You get a raise? Are you buying drinks now?
The Hands of the Tempest has a pretty cool ring to it.
Well, I'm flat broke, so I can't buy anybody a drink, but...
Tholo at this point kind of approaches from behind from the front door and goes, Aurum, did you want to be brought to the balcony with the voice?
You should go.
For what?
Go.
Say yes. Say yes. Come on.
Yeah, let's shuffle around so we can see who's that.
You shuffle outside as the crowd's
Make
there.
sure the king can see too.
Pick me up.
Oh, God.
As she shouts out amongst the crowd here, and you are brought forward by Tholo. There are many heroes among us. She glances back just a bit to see that you've approached. But through the history of the Ashari, there are those who truly give everything for the future of our people, for the future of our realm. I'm but one of many. And today we welcome a few more. As she puts her hand out, and you see next to you, Barony has stepped to your side. And you see the two other members of the Blades. Faced with terrifying odds and long, ancient, corrupting evils. Some of our brethren gave their lives so that we might live, so that I might live, to ensure that we will be safe and there is a future for the Ashari people. I ask you all to celebrate this evening our surviving heroes And remember those who did not return, but will be forever remembered.
Orm pulls out the shield and holds it in both hands because he knows that people will recognize it.
And they do. And as the voice steps to the side, and Philo goes, step up, and kind of like gives a little push to you and Barony, and you can see now the two members of the Bastion survivors have kind of been clumped into this group and just look wide-eyed and out of place and are just like, how the fuck did I end up? Kind of give a wave as you all are kind of pushed up to the edge. All six of you and Barony to the center, up to the very cusp of the railing of this massive balcony, and looking down upon the entirety of what is now the gathered and still gathering township of Zephrah. They all shout in unison and cheer.
Hearts and minds. Always Ashari. Home and abroad. Morning and night. Kaitiake.
Kaitiake. As it shouts through the crowd, children are lifted up and thrown in the air where a wind gust kind of catches them and lowers them down. The crowd just begins to cheer and erupt. You can hear music begin to shift through the crowd as the celebration seems to have kicked off.
I turned to Barony. What did I say? I don't remember what I said.
Whatever it is, they seem to like it. She pats you on the shoulder. As the center of the space begins to shift slowly into a celebration.
Hey.
People begin to bring instruments out. They begin to bring treats and snacks. Carts begin to be wheeled out with whatever means are on immediate hand to do a makeshift return of the voice and those that brought her back. As the rest of your celebrated crowd begins to pull back away, the voice looks back to you and says, bring your friends as well.
This time.
If you'd like.
Just a minute. I think we're meeting.
Oh. We're meeting now in the middle of the party?
Yeah, let's see. I'm
With
Okay.
with the voice?
With the voice.
Okay.
Oh. I mean, this is a great honor, but are you going to tell her anything about, like, bad news, too?
Well, but we have to... Yes, but I didn't before because she was hurting.
You didn't before? Yeah. Well, yeah.
But we're here with you. Follow your lead.
Maybe after a meal or two.
Oh, yeah.
You need a breakfast before you can.
I'll put Chad away just because, decorum.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably bad to just walk in holding a sword out. Yeah.
She's waiting on us. I grab Fern's finger and start leading the group.
Okay.
What happened?
You broke her finger off.
Okay. Nope.
What just
Okay.
As the
Fern's finger, not Lava's.
As the sounds of merriment begin to become muffled and just kind of a blend of noise and cheerful energy beyond the interior of this structure, you return to the voice of the Tempest's room and chamber, where you can see she's still kind of leaning on the bed, not aware that you had arrived yet, and sits up. She smiles. Full recovery doesn't appear as quick as I had hoped, but it's already a major step, so...
You look miles beyond the other day.
I feel it as well. So hello, everyone. Hi again.
Oh boy.
Now that I've set our people at ease for the time being. Let's talk. That's where we'll take a break.
Oh, come on. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
So good.
So we'll come back after our break for this conversation with the voice of the Tempest, Keyleth of the Ayrshire. Pick it up from there. We'll see you all here in a few minutes.
I saved you. And I'm here to save you again. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god.
The Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself.
How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards?
Blackett blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
I'll enjoy watching you try. In mere moments, all that you have dreaded will come to pass. When the screaming stops and your mind is gone, the rest, perhaps, is silence.
Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. Style should never be a dumpster, darling. Roll an investigation if you want. It's basically perfect. There's so many.
Go ahead, darling. Treat yourself.
I mean, the Traveler always says impulse purchases are a good decision. Can you put donuts in this? Only one way to find out.
And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
Obsession is a corruption that shrouds the mind. Its tendrils grow beyond the influence of bleed, as if natural to the soul. Though, the unique skill set a circle of investigators bring forth to each assignment stand guard against this vice. Relying upon the strengths of your allies is the key to survival, for deep within the rubble of a city long forgotten, the Red Hand roots itself within the fathomless, unleashing a faceless behemoth of smoldering greed. The Circle of the Vassal in the Veil. Assignment number 447. The Collectors.
Are you saving the world or are you hurting it?
We were told they were dangerous, otherworldly, horrors. Their faces look perfectly human.
We don't have to be defined by our past. It's the actions in the hardest times, what we choose to do. That's what defines us.
You know, the thing about people that leave us, you can always see what we do. Remember that.
Time isn't running out for you. Not while I'm on watch.
Don't close your eyes this time. I want you to see everything.
I won't.
Hello.
It's us. We're back. Real quick spoiler warning.
If you have not listened to season 1 of Midst, you're gonna want to stop here.
Seriously, we'll give you 3 seconds. All right, you've been warned. So, you may be asking yourself, what the hell?
Why the fuck did the moon explode?
What's gonna happen to utterly doomed Midst and everybody trapped on it by an incoming wave of reality-devouring fog?
Are Lark and Zila gonna be okay? Are they gonna figure out that Sherman's not dead?
What's Phineas gonna do now that he's been abandoned by the Trust, the very institution that raised him and gave him purpose and his sense of self-worth, and what is he gonna do? Will Jonas Spar do the right thing? What even is the right thing?
What is Imelda's deal?
Why did the Trust even bother rescuing Mockweep, even though he's this weird sleazeball piece of shit who stabbed his closest friends in the back?
And what is a mirror hawk?
What is a bacular horse? What is going on with Weep's voice? Is Landlord gonna die? No.
Okay, we will tell you this one. Landlord is not going to die. We're unreliable narrators, not monsters.
Why did Lark kill Fuse?
What is she trying to hide? Is the Nutcracker okay?
Will the rapidly depreciating value of Valor ever restabilize, or is the market doomed to implode?
Is the Trust bad?
Did Saskia's dogs really eat the melted corpse of enterprising businessman Atticus Concord? Do the narrators even know what happens next? No. We have no idea.
Just kidding. We know.
And when Season 2 of Midst unfolds August 23rd, you will know as well. In the meantime, for bonus episodes, merch, media, and more, visit midst.co.
And don't forget to stock up on light bulbs. You might need them where we're going.
Mistletoe thought she had it all.
As you can plainly see, sales are up 7%.
But when she finds herself back in her hometown for a very special holiday.
I can't believe I have to come back to my hometown. It's so provincial. Seamus? Seamus of Shamrock? I didn't know you still lived here.
You own and operate a small, charming coffee and pastry shop?
Only when I'm not raising horses.
She'll discover just how much her life was missing.
Has anyone ever told you you're a really good baker?
Has anyone ever told you you're more adorable than the custom emotes you can use in Critical Role's professionally moderated chat with a Twitch subscription? Happy Valentine's Day.
This holiday season, or that holiday season, or whatever holiday season it might be.
What is it?
Void Tech is going to foreclose on the horse ranch.
They can't do that. Not on the 4th of July. With the proceeds from our wholesome Halloween haunted house, we can raise enough money to save the horse ranch from your greedy company, Mr. Fatstacks.
Damn you, Mistletoe! If it hadn't been for your big city business savvy, I would have been able to fool those small town provincial bumpkins!
We may be provincial, but we have values. Like watching episodes of Critical Role before they go on YouTube with a Twitch subscription.
Fiddle faddle!
Stand up and celebrate.
Eat my feelings.
Make every day a holiday.
Oh, okay. Boop. No.
And give the gift of love.
Is this?
A subscription to Critical Role. I can gift those with my Twitch subscription to Critical Role.
Yes?
Laura Bailey is Holly Mistletoe.
Don't be violent. That's not romantic.
Travis Willingham is Seamus O'Shamrock. And featuring Sam Riegel as Maximilian Fatstacks in A Holiday Subscription for Love. The Ballad of Mistletoes and Shamrocks, Part 2.
And welcome back. So, as you all have come into the interior to meet with Keyleth, the voice of the Tempest, you have in the moment, amongst the exterior celebration, her undivided attention, and she yours. She kind of sits, pulls up a chair, and kind of meets you on in between your level and the others, and kind of just looks across the rest of you. Thank you all. There aren't words to express my thanks, but I figure actions can speak louder than any words as time comes, so however I can be of help to you, let me know.
I'm sorry that it happened the way that it did.
As am I. There's a lot I wish I could change.
How much do you know? Since the event.
Since the event, I've heard that and I've felt, to a degree, there's been some astrological shift to the weave of magic across Exandria. I've been unable to see it from this far, but I hear the moon. Ruidus now lingers over Marquet. I hear that many of the temples had mobilized, armies have gone that direction. I also know that there's been a lot of rising insurgency in certain places of the world. Some temples have been attacked, destroyed, sowing confusion and spreading their defenses between their intended assault and having to defend at home, which I'm sure is part of the plot from the beginning.
Do you happen to know which temples, or like are they targeting a specific god or gods?
Specifically, I'll have to look into. I've been a little out of it for a bit.
Sure.
What I know is there's been attacks in Isilda, there's been attacks in Marquet, there's been attacks here in Tal'Dorei. Only a handful, but they seem to be continuing. While I was gone, while you were gone, my apologies, word did reach me through my network that Ludinus was sighted in the Dwendalian Empire. Apparently meeting with the venerable King Dwendal.
What? Oh wait, that makes sense.
I know not if he's still there, but I've been told that he was present in secret. King Dwendal has been bedridden for many years, reclusive, more so than historically. And while I'm no expert on Wildemount politics, I do know that the Cerberus assembly that governs much below the king is helmed by this Ludinus. And in the king's state in recent years, the assembly has grown in prominence. My contact also speaks of rumored dissent within the Cerberus assembly, in the wake of the Vanguard's plot. This combined with general empire social unrest, insurgent attacks on prisons, and the Crown's silence on Ludinus's involvement throughout the empire, I gather that realm is probably on the cusp of some level of growing chaos. Beyond that, there's been attacks on temples outside of Vasselheim. Currently, the city is attempting to wall itself in to prevent it from breaching its walls. And from what I understand, some of the armed forces that were sent southward are returning. So they don't feel like they've split their strength. Which I think buys him and what they have planning more time.
Does the Assembly know what he's done?
I couldn't tell you. But if my source is right, likely not all of them.
See, there's some
dissent in the ranks there. Do we know what parties are going against the grain and going against Ludinus?
I do not have specifics, but I can check back in, and if my contact feels safe, they might be able to find and return that information.
The fort in the Grey Valley had been overrun by demons. Whatever protection the Platinum Dragon had offered was gone.
There's a lot of forces kept at bay or kept in balance that are seizing their opportune moment.
There's, Tempest, there's one more thing that I held back when we arrived. I wasn't sure what to make of it myself. It felt wrong to overburden you. I'm sorry. But a few of us, it's just in an attempt to understand sort of the state the temples were in, we visited a temple of the matron. And she visited us with a vision.
You see her face just kind of go stone.
It's funny, I've had more visions in the last year than I've had my entire life. Gods come when they want. But we saw this excavation site again. We saw the Malleus key. And some sort of red beam going from the ground all the way up to Ruidas.
I've seen that up close as well, that exists.
But in this vision, that man, that winged man who appeared that day, Ludinus has him in some sort of prison? And, we could hear him in pain.
Her eyes dart out to the window. And you just make out with your perceptive view what you thought was a small tree that's grown on the balcony, but now you can see it's a perch. It's empty.
You seemed like you were upset when he talked about the matron of ravens. You don't like her.
I have a tumultuous history with those who call themselves gods, yes?
Oh.
Tumultuous enough to see them banished from this realm.
Tumultuous enough to keep them at arm's length, but understanding the importance they serve in the current balance of the world. Just because I don't see personal investment in what they have to offer doesn't mean they don't offer it to many others. As well as take sometimes in ways that don't feel fair.
If she were gone, this matron, what would happen to that man? Do you know?
I have no idea. And you see her, like, her mind begin to race behind her eyes, and she goes,
You said something about balance. Something interesting happened while we were retrieving those flowers and your family. We were aided. I don't know if that's quite the word for it. We found ourselves in a mutually beneficial state with what I will call a champion of Asmodeus.
Her face gets harsh.
But really just really great, you know, nice guy.
They seem to have a vested interest in putting things back as well, which is its own kind of troubling.
If you're troubled, then you're on the right path. I mean, an enemy's enemy is your friend, so long as you don't get too close to the enemy. I speak from personal experience. Sometimes that leads to regretful moments. So just be careful who you have dalliances with.
It's strange out there.
It's never just business.
He was very powerful, though. It was good in the moment to have him on our side.
Good. Then keep him on your side at a safe distance. That would make sense if Lord of the Hells is of the same family circle as the rest of these gods. He's in as much danger as the rest. Times are only going to get stranger, it seems.
There's people on Ruidus. Like entire cities. I saw entire cities of people, so many people. People from Exandria using that tether to go to Ruidus. There's animals on the moon. There's an entire ecosystem on the moon.
Okay, that's a lot. Sorry, this is just a lot of information.
It is true. I've seen one of the cities with my own eyes.
I don't distrust you. It's just... And what are your thoughts or instincts about these moon people?
Probably not great.
Well,
some of them are folks that some of us know. We've met a few people who seem to be up there right now.
Imogen.
Those are tourists.
yeah, I was just
Can you show her?
about to do that. I just want to make sure it's not going to attack us.
What?
If anything gets weird.
I'm going to summon Crimson Shade.
Okay.
Across the room.
As you begin to weave the runic shapes for this spell, the wind around you picks up a bit, and how much of your arms are exposed?
I mean, my dress is sheer, so you can see.
Yeah. The bits of your skin that have taken on the reddish hue begin to almost brighten and glow as you begin to write these symbols in the air. An area in the far corner of the room where you're focusing begins to take on a similar glowing red hue of the flaring moon Ruidus as it begins to clear out and then open up wide and seem to divide like a doorway that's unfolding before you. as it begins to crack and you hear the snap sound. As it does, the doorway folds outward like it's dropping something from within a hidden chamber. And a bit of energy hits the ground. And as it spreads outward, it grows up into the familiar shape of the Crimson Shade, though slightly more physically present than the previous one. What you see now, surrounded by kind of reddish purple energy, is a half ethereal, half physical form. A tall, thin humanoid body. The skin itself a deep red hue with what looks like striations around major muscles in its long, lanky arms that have a darker maroon or purple coloration to it. There's almost like silver veins that run through the body in places, and the extended forearms and long fingers are adorned with rings and chains. You can see on the body there's almost like vestments, like a sleeveless robe that's dressed and affixed with bits of leather strips. And where the body comes up, the long neck, the head itself, comes into an extended crest that curls up and splits into 3 points, 2 on each side and 1 large one at the back, in which there are chains wrapped around that form almost like a bit of head attire or decor on top. Where the face sits previously was kind of amorphous. This time you now see a face that seems to almost come to a point, like a shark nose almost, with these dark set eyes on the sides. No real nose, but slits that come to the front point, and as the back of the head comes, you can see a small mouth with just a bit of a lip curl with a row of sharp teeth at the front. And as it emerges from its spot, it looks back to you with that familiar flash of purple glow from the eyes before they go to like a dark, deep brown or black color.
We good?
Keyleth at this point has stood up, has her staff out, and just kind of pointed in the direction, kind of looking at it. You can just summon these? You can just make them happen?
Is it friendly?
It didn't look like this before. It's far more defined.
Yeah, like
Can you talk to him now?
Yes. Is this, do you like pull them from?
I don't know exactly.
Is it yours?
He's friendly, I think.
What's the being's mood? What's the vibe? Yeah.
It's hard to pick up a mood from something that you have no previous experience observing. You're uncertain what micro-expressions to even look for, and right now it just kind of doesn't even stand. It's about 1.5 inches off the ground. It just kind of floats. The energy mist just kind of swirling around the bottoms of its legs as they're kind of still semi-present, almost partially ethereal the further down the body you go, and it just looks trained on Imogen. In your mind, you hear, "What is it you require?"
Where are you from?
You know where I'm from.
How many of you are there?
As many as there's been.
What do you want?
To serve you. Until your binding is done.
We hear nothing, right? This is all...
You just see them looking at each other.
Yeah, but I can read on her face what's
I'm one of those people that mouth swears.
Yeah.
It's they're here to serve. Currently.
Well, that's good. At least it's not here to attack.
Did I pull you from your life? How are you here?
Maybe if it wants to serve you, maybe ask it what gave you that authority, or what? How did you get this ability?
Make it question it.
Or
What if it doesn't respect it anymore?
Or if its home is being overrun by us, then...
Have you seen anyone like me in person on Ruidus, on the Red Moon?
I have not. You are strange to me, yet also familiar, of kin.
How long have you been there?
My life.
A voice. I look to Keyleth.
Please tell us something?
Well, they're from Ludinus. They've lived there forever.
Okay.
It's obvious they have a whole, social stuff happening.
Do they have a name?
Oh, that's a great question.
I don't know.
I look back to the being. What is your name?
Kind of his head turns to the side, it looks at you. In your mind, you see a vision of an odd, like a pale gray flower that is opened on some sort of an odd, dusty red plain. And in the center of it, it looks like a gem, like a cut sapphire, that kind of just jingles and makes like a bell sound as the wind hits it.
I'm Imogen. Not as pretty as that. Maybe I shouldn't have given him my name.
You are among the dreamers.
Yes.
Who else do they visit?
Have you been pulled here before?
No.
What? Oh, the binding?
That's me. That's my bind. I bind it.
Binded to what?
To me.
Well, he's binded to you?
Yeah.
But he said to your binding.
When your
Like
binding
you
is
might
finished.
be bound to something else.
No. This lasts for an hour if I wanted to. He's bound to me.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Do they need help? Or
Yeah.
anything?
You may have noticed that you are much closer to our planet right now, right? Have you noticed?
It kind of acknowledges with a slight head tilt.
Is it something that you guys have been planning? Are you happy about this? Or is it happening against your will?
Its head looks out the window. And in your mind, you see verdant fields. You see lakes of cool water. You see clouds. You see mountains. You see joy. You see love. You see these flashes of beautiful vistas, of abundance, of laughter. We know your dreams.
You haven't had that. I'm sorry. They don't like me.
Should you ask him about Predathos?
Yeah,
Anything about Predathos?
Who is Predathos?
Predathos is the progenitor.
The progenitor?
It is the heart of our world. And it stirs. You feel it too.
I end it.
It vanishes.
Yeah, fuck off, ghost.
Well, that was tense.
Wow. Sorry, voice. That was not something that we've done before.
No, sorry. I probably should have done that before.
You
I don't really know how you can
No,
warn
but not
anybody about
since
that.
not since it's been.
They had a lot of
So
flair
close.
this time around.
hear this creaking sound for just a moment as you see Keyleth, like all tense, relaxes, and you notice every single bit of wood around the chamber has an emerging thorn vine that was just at the ready. And as she relaxes, it all just retracts and returns to straight wood.
That is some nice wood you've got there.
Don't touch it.
They experience our dreams.
Wait.
All of ours.
Just the Rudisborn?
The Rudisborn, they see into our dreams.
The Rudisborn or the Rylorans?
The Rylorans. I don't know if they just see into the Rudisborns. Okay, so the Rylorans are trapped on this red world of storm and dust and...
So Imogen is connected into all this. We're not entirely certain how. We have some idea.
Ask, and she
She's
kind of
very
looks down at your kind of arms and says, "You carry more in common than I had previously thought until I met one."
The red is new. Yeah, so you might have noticed that intense look there at the end. I think they're not very nice, and they're very resentful that we experience a life of bounty as opposed to them.
Do you think they want to be here on Exandria?
Yes, I do.
With ill intentions, or just because they're trapped up there in a prison?
I don't know. He didn't seem very friendly.
Seemed kind of sad.
Didn't attack anybody.
Well, he couldn't.
This is ushering along something.
Tempest, we were working for a little bit with this research group. Call themselves the Grim Verity.
You had mentioned them previously, yes.
One of them, Dr. Vesticio, told us all about their research, and they have reason to believe that they think Rudis was made from a piece of Exandria. And also that Prodothos leaves twisted life in his wake. I'm wondering if these Rylorans were once like us. Yes, which makes me nervous, seeing how, now that we're connecting the dots.
That's what I'm gonna look like.
No. I mean, you would look great if that happened.
They've had a lot of time up there with it. I mean, if it is made from Exandria, oh wow, then there might have been people
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And this, hundreds of years, maybe this is just what happened to them.
Like they evolved into this?
Yes.
Or they were left to change.
Wow.
Keyleth. With limited information, what would you do? What would you have us do?
I've been blessed or cursed in my lifetime so far to have faced a handful of cataclysms. And met others who've done the same all across this world. The thing we all have in common is we don't know what to do, but we do something. We trust in each other. We follow our hearts. And we look for friends. And we do everything we can, and whatever it takes to make sure those who try and put us down, who try to control us, try and hurt us and those we care about, ensure that they fail. We don't know how much time we have. And we don't know if we're going up against an entire people. There's so many unknowns. If you're intending to go to Ruidus, then you can't do it alone.
Look, you're very young, clearly. Don't take this so hard.
You're kind. It's a whole thing.
You're gonna come with us?
I have friends I need to reach out to.
Oh.
Allies I've made through my years. I need to reach out and talk to those I trust and see who's willing to make those sacrifices in the face of these unknowns.
I think we struggled to reach you when we were heading to the Malleus Key. I think you were rolling pretty deep even then. How many allies do you have?
Well, the Ashari have taken a few hits. Both at the battle at the Malleus Key, the Red Center, and those who succumbed to their wounds thereafter. But you don't become the leader of a people in solitude. I have friends across Tal'Dorei. Some friends abroad. And maybe some old friends who, well, we did some great things in our youth. Nevertheless, I'm not fully recovered, but I should be soon. And it seems it's become more difficult to just reach out to those in need, so I'll have to make a bit of a pilgrimage myself. And that's my path to walk. I suggest you do the same. I can't tell you when you're ready, but when you feel ready, let's get everything we have at our disposal. Everyone. Bring them together.
We need power. We need allies.
With all due respect, Tempest, you said yourself that Vasselheim is protecting its own, and the Empire is in chaos and shambles. Marquet, a lot of our allies there are missing or sundered. We don't know who to go to.
Are there any other champions?
Oh, yeah.
Asmodeus's champion was more powerful than most I've ever seen, outside of you.
Champions of other gods, you mean?
Yeah, are you a champion of, like...
I'm... No, not really my...
Of the deer goddess?
Oh. That's a cultural misunderstanding. Oh. No, not really a god person.
Is it the primordials?
Primordials have been long gone.
Okay, they've been coming up a bit.
It's true. Is there a way to contact them? If it was the primordials and the gods who put Predathos away to begin with.
It was also the gods that destroyed and disseminated the primordials.
Yeah.
Nothing but shreds of their power still remain scattered across this land.
Scattered across this land.
Shreds of their power.
Well, I think... What if Predathos is trying to get all of the champions?
Oh.
It's true.
Since they already took one.
Right. I don't know. What if that, your friend, what if, one was all it needed to open up the key?
What do more mean then?
I don't know.
And so where does your power come from?
My power comes from a unity with the natural forces and spirits of Exandria. I would say not that different from the primordials, but that's been disseminated around and passed their wake. The spirits of nature. Before the gods came and just have coexisted since.
When we were on Isilra, those druids we were telling you about, they still had a strong connection to the Eidolons.
Eidolons, yes. That is the Assyrian name for them, and there are many in the world that do still worship the old powers.
Like the Hishari?
At one point, maybe.
Are they gone?
Go on, ask.
I was born to the Hishari. There was an accident. And here I am.
The Hishari were an uncomfortable community in their short time, bastardizing Hishari ideals and history, ruled through arrogance and recklessness for the short time that they were around. We thought them embarrassing, but ultimately harmless. I assume this accent you refer to is the lesson that we all took from their experience, the blunder that ended them?
I don't know. Tell me more.
Her, flippant memory of this information gives way to a moment of genuine focused interest. Step forth. Ashton, was it?
Yes.
Should we leave? Is this the thing?
No, I'm not leaving.
You can stay. She looks at you. Give me your hand.
I just should let you know, sometimes this goes very poorly, and it's nothing personal.
She takes your hand and closes her eyes. She focuses, and you watch as the light breeze around her leads to this faint, almost firefly-like motes of power that drift out of her and kind of swirl up through your arm. You feel the warmth kind of traveling up your arm. The glass part of your head begins to spark a bit. Just faintly. And you also feel this deep warmth well up in your chest. And for a moment you feel like you weigh a ton, like nothing could move you. And then the motes fade. She opens her eyes. You carry a power I cannot recognize, and a power I can but seldom feel. Your blood carries elemental power, but not that of the normal Earthkin and Genasi in general. You carry a fragment of primordial elemental capability within you.
Wait, what?
What? The best way I can describe it is you are Titan of blood.
Titan blood!
Tattoo that shit on your neck!
Titan nobility?
Ashton, a Titan of blood.
Titan of blood.
Oh my god.
What does that mean?
He's
a Titan?
He's got a Titan
I know
shit.
this. A friend of mine once carried an artifact that bore the shard of one of the Titans.
That's you.
You're a good dad.
Your potential is vast and frightening, and I'm glad to have you at Orm's side.
I take off my jacket really quickly and I turn it around and I show the hourglass symbol that is very vaguely Ashari and looks a little bit like the Ashari crest and maybe with a highlight of the earth. I've dreamed this for my whole life and I had no idea what it was.
She looks like she simultaneously had an epiphany and is frustrated. Maybe it came at a great cost, but the Ashari did something.
Yeah. Apparently.
That is their symbol, an extension of their bastardization. Now, I had no contact with them, but I know their leader. If Terran waxed poetic about all the tales of his journey, aside from somehow acquiring the blessing of Avantravir, which even that is up for debate. Avantravir. The fabrications of his journey have been largely disproven. I mean, maybe it's no coincidence the natural spirits of the Eidolons took to you on Silra.
Do you know where I could learn more? I don't know. I don't know anything.
She thinks.
And then when this happened, everything got even stranger.
I'm uncertain if those two get along yet.
Of which two? Oh
boy.
When we looked into his mind, FCG and I, it was like his mind held every possibility of his existence all at once.
It was like a fun house that but no mirrors, just different.
The fact that you stand here and function is a testament to your willpower, I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
Oh. What happens if his willpower gets a bit slippy? Great.
Look, all of us are taking time bombs if we're being real.
Cheers to that.
I don't know.
Orm, you've certainly gathered a motley crew. That's not a judgment. I've walked with a few myself.
Tried to make sense of it. I eventually just gave up trying.
That's the key, I think. Put a little trust and just ride the chaos that comes. If you...
Yeah. I mean, if we manage to survive or otherwise, I don't know where I would take it, figure out how to make them not fight. I don't really know how I work.
If the destruction of the Ashari was at the hand of making you, then they must have had something with them, something of power, something that held the essence of the ancient primordials, and they were... I don't know where they would have acquired that unless the Avantravir story has some truth to it, in which case, that might be your best bet.
Find out about Avantravir.
Pardon me, all.
No.
Avantravir, the great tree of atrophy.
Tree of atrophy?
Is that what Avantravir... Wait, what?
Avantravir is the tree of atrophy.
The great tree of atrophy.
It's a powerful ancient tree spirit whose roots supposedly winds between the realms of life and death to watch over the cycle of renewal. Its home, however, is on the island of Keyleth, in the mists of the Shattered Teeth.
Oh! Island of what? Say it again.
Keyleth? Right? Is that what you said?
Keyleth.
Have we ever heard of the Shattered Teeth before?
The Shattered Teeth is...
I know, I have too.
It's more or less... Asking Keyleth.
Wait, what's the Shattered Teeth?
Yeah.
The Shattered Teeth is one of the known continents of Exandria. It is a cluster of numerous islands to the south of Wildmount that is largely shrouded in mists and dubious to travel to outside of magical means, and challenged by competing factions and peoples within. It's kind of its own thing.
It's the Wild West, baby.
It's a thing.
I don't suppose.
We didn't get time. We can't pay two. Okay, great.
I don't suppose this could be an option for power. I don't know. It's something outside of the current struggle that could be useful.
If we have a combination of god power and find what shards of ancient Titan power.
Yeah, the shit that was there before them. The great tree of atrophy, the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. I mean, that's very matrony. This shit kind of works hand in hand.
If it took the combination of the two before to put away Predothos, then
yeah,
maybe we need to do it again.
I mean, as long as FCG is down with, combining two heavyweights.
I mean, all the gods seem great to me. And I know that they've had some issues in the past, the prime deities and the other ones, but I'm looking at this like a great reset. Maybe they can all make amends and be friends again, because, if they're all getting together to fight an even badder guy, maybe they can all be buddies and apologize.
Yeah. I admire your optimism.
Well, it's the only chance that they'll have.
Yeah, I mean, the saying is the enemy of my enemy is a dick.
That being said,
Me too.
we're talking about traveling to the Shattered Teeth to see if we can find friends of Ashton. That seems a little far-fetched, just because we don't know what's there, and I think magic travel is kind of hard right now, but I'm down to explore it.
A little bit more of something.
Have you heard? This reminds me of this other emerald artifact situation. The Verdant Tomb, where there was another primordial in this. What was Hevestro? No.
Keyleth, she takes very hard to understand notes. You wouldn't understand.
Omadua?
What that's like.
No. Which one was the name of the
Omadua was the name.
Omadua.
Fuck.
Another. It sounds familiar. It just sounds similar to this, where there's another.
Just saying names at this point.
There was another tree that they called the emeralds, the emerald tree.
You're referring to the emerald crystal that you saw in Asilra that they called the emerald tree, yeah.
Yes. And it was all primordial shit.
Well, do you remember what was inside that crystal?
Written in the Verdant Tomb, we keep her spirit enduring.
Was Omadua.
Was Omadua.
Omadua was?
One of the Drow
Galdrashari, yes. That was basically converted herself into this emerald tree to allow her life force to continue feeding its people, right? Says Marisha.
Says Marisha, yes, that is right.
Yes, okay. London says all that.
Sorry.
It's all... The lineages are connected. The Galdrashari are the ancestors to the Ashari. And indeed, Avantravir was once a Galdrashari themselves. When the most powerful of those who connect with the lands and the natural spirits, suffuse themselves and become part of the land, they live a very long time, a path that I myself am in the process of walking. These nature magics prolong our life for an extended period of time, and some feel a calling to return to the land. Some become symbolic trees and guardian stones of power for generations to come. Others actually become trees. The Buntravier is of the latter.
Got it.
So Buntravir's a tree
Yes.
on an island
Was.
very far away.
And was
great tree of
someone like
atrophy.
you a long time ago.
I assume.
This is huge.
Just saying it's a thought.
It's really great news.
One more weapon.
Because it engages a whole other group of interested people that aren't dealing with the gods. Like, the gods have just been, rather all the cities, right? All the clerics and the people that fight for the deities have been trying to stop this from happening. But if the Gaudrashari, Ashari, if all the primordial people that are still on these islands may be removed from like most of society, if they have a stake in the game, we could recruit a whole other subset of people that can throw down.
Will they have a stake in the game?
Do they exist? Are there people on these islands?
There's only one way to find out. We gotta book a ticket.
And just to clarify for me, because my
we can ask people who've been there that
brain
might
is a little slow.
Oh boy.
Why do they want to protect the gods?
It's
not protect the gods. They help seal them away in the first place. Right?
It's not about the gods. It's
That's-
about Exandria.
That's what we learned from Dr. Vestisho, that the gods and the Titans made a prison for Predathos. And that prison is
Why are they against Predathos, though?
Because
He wants to destroy everything.
he's an elder being
wants
who
to
ate
destroy the
things.
gods.
But it also says he leaves twisted life.
Historically, the gods and the primordial titans were allies when they arrived. And before the schism in which they went to war with each other, the primordial titans were called by the gods to help them in sealing Predathos. It's uncertain if Predathos was any threat to the primordial titans at all, but they aided out of the, at the time, perceived partnership with the gods.
I just don't have a phone book with all the champions. Otherwise, I'd be hitting that shit up on speed dial. But
I guess I fear that those connected to the primordials would just tell us to fuck off. The gods fucked them. Why would they help now? And it seems like the majority of people losing their powers are those connected to ones given by the gods. Have you suffered any loss of power?
I've only just gotten the ability back to utilize most of it. So I guess I'll let you know in a few days.
If we want to know why the primordials teamed up with the gods, we can just ask a god.
They might have
biases.
A particular slant of opinion.
Sure, but I mean, if we're trying to recruit them to our side, we could find out how they were recruited before.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's worth asking, but, take it with some salt.
Shelve all that for a minute.
Yeah.
What happens when we do have allies?
Go to the moon and kick some ass.
Go to the base, yeah.
We fight. We fight on the moon.
Or at least we go and we look and we make our best judgment call. We see what's happening and we just do what we should, whatever that may be.
I'm also trying to think of other allies that we have besides the one that you're gonna reach out to, which appreciate it in advance. I don't know that we have many other allies. Like all of our allies are dead or doing stuff. Like
Yeah.
even Deanna and Frida are off doing stuff, and Dorian's off doing stuff, and
Maybe
like
Plane Rider Rin
is a statue.
is a statue, but once we
Kinda broke.
maybe we can get to ground zero and
I've got a few old friends, but they're all kind of shit.
But it also occurs to me, like, if I mean, if you're talking to Aditi, which is great, it seems to be kind of vague sometimes when you report back what they say. I was just wondering if the gods have, like, one piece of the puzzle that sealed away Predathos, and maybe these primordial titans
Have the other?
have the other. Maybe that we would benefit from talking to both of them, because if we do get danger close, either at the base or at the moon, and, like, we have to, I don't know, stop something, redo something, it would sure help to know what sealed it away in the first place.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, you're right. I mean, the primordials and the gods, if we could sort of get them in the same room talking to each other, almost like a session.
Broker, like a
couples therapy.
Yeah.
But aren't the primordials dead?
Well,
Clearly not.
I don't know.
the primordials may be dead, but it does seem like there's still remnants of them and their history.
Are they dead?
I talked to something
What?
last time. I mean, you were there.
Yes.
What?
During that
You
fight.
did?
what?
Y'all weren't there.
No, we weren't there, but now's a great time to fill us in.
There was a fight in the temple when we were rescuing our friends from the interference of
Holy people.
holy people. There was a earth elemental, I guess, some thing of stone, and I just talked to it, and it listened to me.
Keyleth kind of nods and looks to you.
And I didn't. I don't know. I was surprised as anybody, but it happened.
I believe you. I've spoken with a number of elementals in my time. And she kind of looks to Orym with a knowing nod, like, I've dallied with the elements myself, and you're not wrong to follow the thread. Elementals are the progeny of the remnants of the primordials.
Do you think Orym has any elemental abilities or lineage or anything?
Never shown any talent for it.
Are you?
Well, you can blow some wind. Maybe that's like a air elemental thing.
I can blow.
I was about to.
Are you suggesting like
And that's just Travis talking.
Yeah, baby.
elemental planes? Like that?
Let's go.
I don't know.
It's possible. The nature of the primordials, as far as it's understood, is with their death and their scattering. It was through that the elemental planes were brought to full fruition and realization. It is that visceral destruction that fully formed those realms. The elementals, just the mindless grave dust of what the powers once were, that once rivaled the gods.
Have you, your voice, Tempest, have you or your Ashari ever traveled to the Shattered Teeth?
I have once.
Oh? Is there a hotel or?
No. There's an island, Sleval.
Huh. How are we going to make fun of that name? It's too hard to pronounce.
There was a time many years ago in my life that I was desperate for information about the words of gods and the limits of their power. So I went searching for answers. None of the ones that I wanted. But there is someone I spoke to there who helped me through my grief. Her name is Girana.
What kind of person is she? A holy person, or I guess not? No, there's a primordial type person.
No. Just a specialist on loss and grief. Looks to you with a smile, like a therapist.
Oh, this person sounds great.
She is. Though I haven't spoken with her in many years. She was quite old when we spoke. I could check in on her.
Sure.
That would be amazing. And, I mean, not to be presumptuous, but unless anybody has a better idea, which so far seems thin, there might be a way to get there from here pretty fast if we needed.
What? How? That you know, or that?
Well, once you're feeling better, like...
Are there trees there?
Oh, I got there my usual way.
Okay.
I imagine if that's where you want to go, I could send you the same.
Oh man, the shattered teeth sounds. Your people. Would you happen to have anything documenting like these islands?
There's not really a map that exists. The rumors are that the islands tend to shift.
They move?
Wow.
It's the rumor. It's a strange place.
Maybe you should make a map, Chet.
I would make a map with moving wooden pieces.
That could be awesome.
It could be
the first of its kind.
Yep.
A little crank.
I could make a mechanism that you can crank and move it around or something.
That's awesome.
The essence of the Teeth's creation was the sundering of the continent of Dominus during the beginning of the calamity.
Dominus?
The sheer volume of residual elemental magic left behind at the annihilation of two of the remaining primordial titans shrouded the entire region in chaotic elemental magics.
Fuck yeah.
So, it's not necessarily the most welcoming place in Exandria.
But if we were looking for Titan power,
This would be the place, I suppose.
It's a thing missing from the current equation. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I don't have a vested interest in this. Clearly, I do. But
The funnel. Wait, can
Y'all
we pull
say
that
no,
out?
you say no.
The harness. Maybe that's how we.
Oh!
We use
the power.
Yeah.
Wait, second, what power? Whose power?
Okay.
What power?
Pull out the funnel,
SCG is always just 2 seconds
So
behind.
okay, we found this harness.
Whose power?
We found this harness when we went to Ludinus's old tower. This was his, and it seems like he used it to siphon power from ancient entities. He had a map where he X'd out things that he had drawn power from. I think that's one of the reasons he is how he is now. Do you think it would be safe to try something similar to make us?
It's possible. What did he use this for?
He would draw. Let's show his notes. We have his notes.
Yep.
Here.
She kind of glances through and...
Siphoning on trees.
Well, it was.
He hated trees.
So he would put it up and siphon their life force into the back of his neck?
Yeah.
What kind of monster? Although that's
Wait.
She's read it. She's already
You're not
read it.
entirely wrong.
What?
Oh God, it's maple syrup.
Not quite. He used this to draw the natural magics of Fey entities that are very tightly connected to the natural magics of the nature spirits that wander both realms. We, Ashari, who bind with the natural world, live a long life because we give in to these magics and become one with them. He's mimicking the druidic extension of life.
What a dick. What is motherfucker? They're just like him less and less.
Like he's sucking the energy from like specific phase, like sucking them dry.
Powerful entities, he's
Longer
killed
than
them.
his normal lifespan.
That would explain why he's been around so long.
Do you think he got some of his power from them? That's why he's
still works.
I don't know. It certainly looks damaged beyond my capability.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we can fix it.
If you have somebody you know that could repair it, sure.
But it's not.
Do we know?
I mean,
we know
it's
broken?
unnatural. It would mean killing something in order to suck the power in.
Let's not assume. Either borrow or siphon. Those are very non-killing words.
That's pretty killing. Isn't it?
She's like pointing over one line, says here, feed the root.
Yeah.
There's a saying within the Ashari that the center of where your connection to nature isn't the core of your being, and we refer to that as our root. It often is considered to be right around the back of the neck, where the head joins the rest of the body, not far from the heart. And she kind of arranges the harness, and you see where that funnel is placed. It's at the base of the neck.
Oh, fuck.
That makes sense.
That's fucked up.
So we cut off his head.
Wait, what?
I'm just saying how we defeat him.
No, but there might be something to that.
It's Ludinus.
He's with us.
It wasn't like he was though. I know I'm gonna be here.
Frog kick something.
He's old. He starts screaming.
Our studio's
once a
home.
month. I don't.
It's definitely not ghosts, Travis.
I have no idea what this sort of twisting of our natural progression, this influence would have on the person outside of those sort of energies. But if there were a spot to try and unravel it.
Are you guys hearing this?
Yes. Hell yes.
We've got
What she's
notes over
writing is
here.
insane.
She
just
Put
wrote
in all caps and bold.
We cut off Ludinus's head, but then she used 3 different fonts. And some uppercase and some
She was
lowercase.
really excited about your idea, basically, Imogen.
You finally broken her.
Not a bad call.
No, but for her,
I need
she
to
said
remember
the
that.
power comes, like, if we were going
base
to
of the
aim for a
neck.
spot, aim for that base.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm confused because you know how Ludinus, which is not a surprise, I'm confused all the time. How Ludinus is like obsessed with the Matron of Ravens, you know, because he wanted to ascend, like how she did, but he also wants to kill the gods.
Well, she's the one that everybody's got to face at some point, no matter who or what you believe.
So if you get rid of her, then death
I
is.
think he just wants to
Believe
level
nothing
the
at all.
playing field. Yeah, he wants to take out their Overwatch.
Or he wants to get rid of them so that he can take their
That
place.
could be part 2.
True.
She wasn't.
I can say with somewhat certainty that the means of ascending is a bit impossible to acquire these days.
That's good.
Why?
We saw to it that the last person to try it is no longer on this realm.
Well, copy that.
The Whispered One?
The Whispered One. Doesn't ring a bell.
Would it ring a bell?
Roll religion.
All right.
Have you heard of that?
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
21.
This is a pretty high DC, given the nature of the entity, but people have heard, some whispers of the near sacking of Vasselheim nearly 30 years before. You pick up specifically because the remnants of a massive primordial earth titan still looms large over the city of Vasselheim.
Fucking does.
Would,
He battled an Earth Titan.
Well, a puppeteered corpse of one, long buried.
Would Ludinus have heard of this whispered one?
Oh, yeah. But not like heard it. You've never heard the term.
I just know it.
But the minute you hear the name, there's a cold jolt that shoots down your spine.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
She's so like,
yeah.
I dislike speaking in absolutes and certainties, but I pray for all our sakes that the rite of ascension has finally been written from history, and I think she who wrote it, the matron herself, has seen to it, if not directly her chosen few.
So there is one person who still knows how to do it.
And he's in a little tiny black ball?
Or she does too.
The matron?
She did it. She would know.
Well, we don't know that Predathos or Ludinus are trying to become gods or anything. We just know that
actually was very specifically said it at some point.
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I thought he just said they were just trying to kill the guy.
Yeah, bring him low.
Yeah, there was, if I recall, there was a byproduct of, or at least an implied byproduct of, well, I guess someone's got to steer the ship, so to
See
speak.
the allure. I mean, FCG would make a very benevolent god. Fern would make a totally smoking deity.
Yep.
To clarify.
Yes.
Sorry,
No
thank you.
worries. No, to clarify. Ludinus's message has been very strongly that living under the gods is a lifetime of being shackled to their designs.
Sure.
There hasn't been an inkling, though of course logically it makes sense for anyone of magical power of a certain degree, who wouldn't want godhood, I guess. But everything you've heard from him and all of his message, both hearing about him, seeing his now broadcast intent across Exandria, and even his speech in person for the brief time that you were in his proximity in the Hellcatch, there is a fervent passion in his face in what he believes to be the most heroic journey, which is him freeing the mortal peoples of the world from the gods forever.
So, yeah, okay, if I recall, that was just some secondary, well, maybe.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
All right, yeah.
Twist that would be.
If Ludinus is the good guy and we're the bad guy?
Could be a thing.
Could be a thing.
I mean, I do. The more we learn, the more I kind of pity the Rylorans.
Oh, I definitely pity them.
They were sundered and subjected, just ripped from Exandria by the gods.
By the gods.
Or
just
they weren't.
Be in this prison.
Or Predathos pulled them with him.
Or he grew them from pimples on his ass.
Yep.
Maybe. I do feel sorry for them that they haven't experienced Exandria. But if they would rip it from us,
Could be something you could ask your change bringer.
Ask her
Were there people
where
on the
the
continents?
Rylorans come from?
Were there already people on the chunk of land that they took?
Didn't we see the Nightmare King?
on Rudis, yeah.
Wasn't he talking with someone that looked like that?
was. Yeah.
So maybe there's like another truce to be struck, another bargain to be made, another.
Or he's playing both sides. He sometimes
he
plays
always
both
is,
sides.
isn't
Yeah.
he?
We're really just guessing about the Rylorans.
I mean,
yeah.
We don't know anything.
We're gonna figure that out when we get there.
And what we do know about Predathos was knowledge erased from the face of the earth for millennia. How are we going to find out even more?
I could give in. I don't mean that in a... Every time I connect with Ruidus, I am very drawn towards it, and I always fight it for fear that I'll lose myself, which I might, but what if I connected and I finally understood who Predathus actually was?
How can we get you back, though?
I have no idea.
We could slap you.
Yeah, I mean, is it just your mind that would go there, or would your body go too?
She's sleeping. I'll wake her up.
But I could try.
We could go in with a little bit of help.
Yeah, of course, I could be there with you.
I think all the Rylorans have a pull to Predathus. That being that I brought here said he was the heart of everything.
I might want to go into, I don't know, or some of us anyway, if possible, just to...
The dream?
Yeah.
Could try.
Could. But for now, we might not have to resort to that yet if we're going to maybe try to go to the teeth place.
Let's get another, I mean, again, I'm a bad judge if this is a good idea or not, so...
Do you think there's time, Tempest?
I mean, there never is. Except the time you have to take. That's kind of the challenge of it all. To rush headstrong into something you're unprepared for only invites destruction. But to take too long is to show up too late to stop it. Only we can gauge that.
I don't think we're much better than we were last time we got just trashed.
Asses kicked.
You said that you would take it would take you a couple days to see if your other friends would be willing to help too, so we at least have a couple days.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Beyond defeating Ludinus, depending on how far they've gotten with actually releasing Predathos, this might be a two-part job. Defeating Ludinus and maybe resealing Predathos.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And Ludinus is in the Dwendalian Empire right now. Nowhere near Ground Zero.
I do think we should hit those islands, but at a certain point. Even if we are worried about getting our asses handed to us.
We just have to go.
Yeah.
Because no one else is gonna.
It's a delicate balance.
I think we'll know when the time is right.
Or be forced to.
Well, what do we have at our disposal? Meaning you, in the we. You have information on how Ludinus has managed to maintain his life this long. This device, I'm uncertain how it could be useful, but if you find somebody who could possibly retool it to be helpful.
Milo?
I could hit up Milo.
Joe? Either.
Or Joe.
Yeah.
Or that weird friend of yours, but I'm sure they're not really in the mood.
Oh, Percy, this is...
That guy.
He's not quite in the... This is enchantment heavy. Don't tell him I said that. He has a brilliant mind with specific limitations.
Enchantment heavy. Wait, FCG.
Yes?
Wasn't the woman that...
Dancer?
Yeah, not Dancer. Her... The other one.
Oh, her friend.
Yeah, didn't she work in enchantments?
She did. I mean,
Because Joe's not enchantments, right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Milo
Joe
kicks around, but Milo's, small
Is there
time.
anyone here to this that we can talk to?
Not to this degree.
All right.
Unfortunately, this... I can take it and ask around, but even just glancing at this, our enchantments are more based in classic rituals. This is...
Wait.
This is a level of arcana that is a bit alien to my interest.
An ancient. What about the, D? Yeah, who brought you back?
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
And the ultimate question is, do we need to repair this before going to the Shattered Teeth?
No, that's a good question. I feel like we should.
Yeah.
But what if this sucks specifically like Fey energy? It's Fey energy, right? But that's based in primordial element.
Not necessarily. It was also things that were tying in between the planes and connected to the elemental energy. So like, I don't know, if you had it fixed and pointed it at that tree gem that you came across.
Exactly.
You might have been able to like take some Capri Sun out of it.
Yeah, but that's basically like killing someone like you, Keyleth, wouldn't it be?
Don't point it at someone like me, if you please.
Maybe you don't suck it all the way dry. You just borrow a little bit.
Right, maybe we could strike a deal.
I mean, and the tree's just, not going to use it if Pradatha's up there going to destroy everything anyway.
Right.
I would only be the 50th morally questionable thing I've done in 2 weeks if it comes to it. So
You should wear it.
maybe.
Yeah,
We should pump you full of stuff.
So far, though, all we know is that it extends life, right?
Yeah.
We don't know that it necessarily grants us superpowers or anything.
Maybe we get it to
That's
somebody.
how Ludinus was using it.
Yeah.
So
We gotta get it to somebody who actually would understand this
it
before.
might be something that we all like tradesies. We go and hit some hot spots and we all juice ourselves up.
I like that.
Spa treatment.
Yes.
Okay.
Hydration.
So,
Hydration.
So,
D, we should try and fix it.
D, but how do we reach out to D if we
before
can't?
we're going to the thing,
See where D is.
How do can we
I can
scry on D?
I don't even know if scrying and sending works right now.
well, scrying does,
One way to
sending
try.
doesn't. But
Well, I think sending depends on where you are.
I
feel like going
very close.
Yeah.
If we only have, I mean, I can totally scry right now, just see where he is. Totally fine.
Yeah.
Any allies you need to look for, like, if you can do so.
Okay. Oh my God. I'm gonna do it right now. Just
Yeah, why not?
I mean, D might have been alive when Pradatha's was sealed away. No, that would have been a long time before that. Huh?
That's pre.
No, that's too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
All right. I can peeksies in on him. I will extend my ever far-reaching eye and try to scry
All right.
onto Z.
All right.
I'm so excited.
I'll hold up my coin and just sort of look through it and see if I can see the world.
You write out the basics of the ritual circle around you. You take out the coin and you focus on it and glance through it like a keyhole. As you look through it, it's almost like the keyhole is an extended tunnel with a bit of a light at the very end. And as you focus and focus, the light comes closer and closer until all of your vision, all of your consciousness is just this endless dark tunnel with the point of light getting larger and larger until eventually you emerge into what is a late afternoon, a sunset. You hear the sound of crashing waves. You look by what looks to be a road traveling over hills by a cliff. There's a couple of bundles of nearby trees, tropical, and you see walking along this road with a cart being pulled by a couple horses. Figure, hood over its head, cloak whipping in a light ocean breeze, heavy metallic footfalls with each step against the gravel and sand.
Do I recognize this place?
Make a perception check.
Oh boy. Can I guide myself?
Check.
No, I'd say probably not a little vision.
Perception. 18.
18.
Perception, right?
Looking around, it definitely looks coastal. Looking at the position of the sun right now, it's definitely further east from your current location. It's not anywhere you've been.
Okay.
But you can share the information.
East Beach.
I mean, that's
East of Zephrah.
the right
The
direction.
ultimate
Chetney.
sea that eventually gets you-
You've describing the scenery. Oh, this is one of the many roads along the Menagerie Coast.
Yeah!
I was about to say, it sounds...
This is my freak fest! Oh, man!
So many spring
I
breaks.
just feel my heart rate rising.
I'm just going to throw this out here. I mean, you know where this is. That's great. That's great. We could get there, I guess, but I'm just going to throw this out there. This fella, all we know is that he sold me to Dancer.
Oh.
And I wasn't working. Dancer's the one who got me back up and working again. Dancer is the one who knows.
Repaired you.
Repair.
Got you working.
Yeah. He sold a hunk of metal to her.
Are you sure?
I mean, I wasn't awake, and then I was.
What if she reset you?
Didn't
What
you
if
talk about
She did, but, like-
turning on his brethren and stuff?
He
Like
did, but he didn't.
awakening others?
I mean, I'm just saying what I know. The only person who has made me work again was her, not him.
Okay.
But we can go and try.
She also didn't want to talk to you.
I know, this would be a great opportunity for me to make up and make amends.
To Dancer?
Yes.
All right.
What are you going to apologize for, out of curiosity?
For trying to kill her? Kill all her
Check in on
friends?
Dancer? Scrying Dancer?
Maybe. I mean, I kind of know where she is. She's probably back in
That seems like a lot.
Drusar, Basra.
Did already
Basra.
try to do that, and she wasn't really having it.
That was before the world was ending, and time heals a lot of wounds.
I tend to find that if someone doesn't want to talk to you anymore, asking them again is a great way to really get them talking to you.
I mean,
Does she do enchantments and things like
She
that?
did
Well, I
me.
guess she worked on it.
No, I don't know.
Just, you know,
I'm a mix of magic and mechanical stuff, and she got me working again.
But if D is on the Menagerie Coast, then that's a hop and a skip towards the Shattered Teeth, right? On a boat?
Sure.
Because...
Wait, a boat? I thought we could get there instantly from her.
Well, I guess it depends on how many pit stops we're making along the way.
Coast might be able to just hop straight over.
To be fair, my gathering of allies is going to put me on a pretty consistent pilgrimage with my powers at my disposal over the next week or more. And who knows what sort of challenges will come across me on that way. So I wouldn't rely on me for a lot of travel, but I can certainly send you away and occasionally be helpful to you, depending on how spent I am at times. But I'm at your disposal for as much as I can.
How are we zeroing in on D? The Menagerie Coast is hundreds of miles.
And we don't know if he'll do it. We don't know if he can do it. He is a automaton, like me. There's nothing to say that he knows anything about magic. He's just hauling a bunch of metal around and selling it to people. We have no proof that he knows anything about repair.
We don't. That's true.
That's true.
He did seem to have ancient knowledge, but we don't know what that means. We don't know anything.
This sort of thing.
Don't know who he is, don't know what he wants. She has actually fixed something before, and we know her.
Can you try to message her or something?
Can't
I don't know.
with her. You can try and find her.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Didn't I look into your memories or something?
I feel like...
Whose memory did I look into where I saw... You saw D. I didn't see D.
I think so.
Yeah.
You
But
saw
we
it?
met D in Basarus. We did meet D.
No, you did not.
We saw.
No, we saw him in a memory.
I thought he was like rolling by on a and just went like there and then kept going.
No, that was a vision, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we saw a vision.
Do you want to scry on?
Sure, I
Dancer?
can. I mean, if she's back in Basarus, I would know exactly where she was. Of course, but you mean just to go for a little vacation?
I'll double check. But I'm
I've
pretty
heard
sure.
amazing things.
I'll hit up
Sure.
a scry. I'll do another scry and see if I can find Ms.
it.
Dancer.
Do it.
Okay.
These are all fucking great options.
Sitting within the same circle, you glance and take the coin onto the other eye. And this tunnel is a lot shorter, having a stronger connection to the individual on the opposite side. There, you immediately see what looks to be a dark, somewhat shady interior of some sort of a hovel. A homestead that's in disarray. You can see like a green glass lantern that's kind of flickering in the far corner. And you see a dancer kind of half-dressed, snoring, like draped over the side of a torn couch, just passed out. Just sleeping.
Do I recognize this place?
You do not.
Nothing. Could be anywhere in the world.
It's an interior.
It's just a college.
You can try again later.
Huh?
You can try again later if you want to. But so the problem with scrying is sometimes it's not the most opportune time, but it doesn't mean one try is a failure.
She with anybody? She.
Roll a perception check.
That's a weird roll, huh?
That was a weird roll.
14.
Yeah.
14. On the periphery, you do see another figure walking, but far enough away where you can't make any details other than seeing just a shadow moving in the distance.
Okay, well, I don't know where she is, so we can go to the Menagerie Coast and hope we're in the right city.
Follow a lead. If it doesn't pan out, we just keep moving in the direction we're going to move
Can't
anyway.
keep moving. We'd have to contact Keyleth, get her to.
No, I can teleport us.
We'll be fine.
Once a day.
Once a day.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Wait another day.
Well, we'll teleport, and then we
time?
get to our next point where we shouldn't have to teleport again because we'll be in the middle of where we need to be.
Do you remember anything about that scry? Like, did you see anything of note? Anything other than trees? Any sort of notable things on the coast?
The D
yeah,
scry?
anything on the
Did I
coastline?
remember anything?
You have never been to the Menagerie Coast. You have no idea where it would be.
I can just ask my god where to go.
Oh yeah, try it.
I mean,
I think that's how gods work. You just ask them what to do, and they say
tell
you
you.
do exactly this,
Yeah.
and then you're set.
I can ask her a yes or no question. So I can ask
Start
her.
naming off towns on the Menagerie Coast.
I could at least ask her which one of these two would be most beneficial to us.
So that's not a yes or no question.
Well, I can ask if one is.
That's fair.
One of us always lies.
I can also
and
use
one of us always
divination.
tells the truth.
Oh, that's a lie.
Divination?
Yeah. Yes, I can use divination.
I'm on board with this chaos.
Sorry, this is so boring. All right, I'll do divination. Bloop.
Okay.
All your spell slots.
Yep.
Burn all the spell slot.
You're safe. We're
fine.
The bedroom morphed and prickly's thorny wood. We're good.
Okay.
Oh, Changebringer. Changebringer, my love. If I wanted to find someone to repair this specific thing, where would I go?
I thought
It's
it'd be
not
yes
yes
or
or
no.
Divination,
No,
you just do a divination.
it is not.
Oh, okay.
It is a single question concerning a specific goal. And he can give me a reply, a phrase, a cryptic rhyme, an omen. It's not a yes or no.
Might have been. Well,
There's just like a gentle wind that just kind of perpetually sits around the voice of the Tempest, just like a soft breeze, especially in times of contemplation. The wind kind of gives this gentle sound, but across where your ears would be, I guess, for your audio sensor.
Weirdly, my audio sensor is in my perennial.
Oh, cool.
Omnidirectional sensor.
Just like a Yeti mic.
Audio's always muffled.
Yeah, a little bit.
Gotta drop that mic. Drop that snowball.
But the wind seems to almost carry the faint elements of a voice to your mind. The path with one from your past, you're most bound to.
Oh,
The path?
The path from one from my past I am most bound to.
That's D. That's D.
Is it or is it Dancer?
No, it's D.
We shared a lot. I killed her.
Yeah, but you're most bound to Dancer.
To this guy who... To Dancer?
No, to D. They both start with a D.
Most bound to D?
Yeah. I think so.
Because he sold me in the
shared-
scrapyard?
No, your shared
Identity. Same way.
That means freedom.
No, I think maybe.
You can cast it more times if you want.
Do it again.
What, divination?
You can't be more specific. Do it again. Be like, are you talking about?
Oh, change me! My love and sweetness. You know my faith for you is so strong. What'd you say? I'm more bound to Dancer or D, and please don't say you're more bound to the one that starts with a D.
That's actually pretty good.
I love your hair, by the way. It's really beautiful. Trying to save your life. Make it easy for us.
Save your life. Don't be a douche.
The thing is, you're uncertain if the spell is reaching out to the god or just a servant of the god.
Got it.
But the information comes either way. The path to the mind.
Fuck you.
God damn it. The path to the mind of that which gave you life. Renewed.
Oh, that was clear.
Did it again.
No, that was clear. That's clear.
feels
That's
like
D.
it was-
That's D.
That's Dancer!
He won't.
Dancer.
I don't know. It might be Dancer.
No, D was second line.
But we don't. But you said. But you just remembered
Renewed.
Dancer.
Yeah.
I think, but how would? Here's the thing.
This is horrible.
Let me put something.
D if we hadn't seen it in your brain, right? You saw a memory of D.
When? What?
How do we know about D? How had we seen D if we hadn't seen a memory in your brain of D?
How did we find D in the first place?
Exactly. So you had a memory. I don't think Dancer's the one that brought you back. I think Dancer just claimed that.
And I'm just going to put this to you. Think of this as an amazing opportunity to forge a friendship, to make a new friend.
I like new friends.
You do. And this is someone you have stuff in common with.
This is hard because it could apply to both. I'm really.
And this is someone you haven't tried to kill yet.
The Changebringer.
Maybe I should ask one more time.
You know what? Maybe the Changebringer's trying to tell you either one could help you.
Yeah.
I want to.
Oh, well, yeah.
Maybe we should kill the guy.
Cast it again.
Cast it again. What's gonna hurt?
No, we just do it.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, is it Dancer?
Hold the core out the window.
Just fucking tell me, is it Dancer? Forget about D, just is it Dancer? Yes or no?
Yeah, cast it again.
Yeah, cast it again.
That was the third one.
I've used 5 high-level slots.
I hope we get into a fight later.
Ask again later. Answer.
The road you seek will guide you to the one. His name begins with a D. It's a cumulative 25% each time you cast it past the first in one day, that you just get a random reading. Yep.
We go to D.
We go to D.
Yeah, kid. Boy, you fought that hard.
What are you feeling?
Just, I'm shutting down. I'm in my sleep cycle.
No.
Somebody carry me. You
No,
guys
wake
choose.
up, wake up.
It's up to you, FCG.
Why don't you flip a coin? Why don't you flip the changebringer coin? And, you know, one side is Defexious, one side
One
is
side is come with
Dancer.
us, one side isn't.
Just go.
Yes.
You guys seem to want to go to D, and I love you guys, so let's go there.
I
Plus,
love
we
that.
know where that is. The other one was like some
Interior.
Delta Sig basement.
Yep.
Do we? D was on the beach.
You know,
that beach, goes for hundreds of miles.
That's
jeez.
already a closer
Yeah,
location
than
than
a-
interior.
So wait, if we bamf to a beach,
Well,
and we're like, D,
I got a thought.
and he's not there,
Well,
what do we
if
do?
we're close enough, then I would be able to at least try sending on him.
And I'll also say, like, can you see images in people's minds? Like, is it just read, or can you see things?
It depends on how we do it. Starting out, it's just thoughts, but if I dive deeper, it's
So there's
images.
a picture of exactly where they are.
Just to be fair,
sitting in there.
We could also rest for the night because we've been doing all this crazy shit, and we could try it again in the morning when Dancer is moving and when D is also further along their journey.
You do have that possibility as well.
Or we could just go straight to the shattered T.
Tempest, I've seen this group do amazing things.
Really good.
Hey, I'm not judging. I've walked around with a bunch of slapdicks for a big part of my early life.
Who you calling slapdick?
Not you.
I'll tell you a story about a goldfish one day.
Really?
Everything eventually becomes funny.
Some things transcend time. Should we rest?
I'm fine either way.
I mean, we only woke up like
2
hours ago, but
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm still of the idea that maybe we can hone in on where that is, or at least get close.
yeah.
Well, here, you've spent the night in what I assume to be a very harsh environment. I'm sure the people of the city want to show you some gratitude, and if you need to stock up on anything or finish any business you have within the city, please feel free to do so.
I'm down for that.
I think I'm going to take a little nap soon. I'm
yeah,
still
we are.
kind of getting my bearings after this.
Another option, just putting it out there.
Nope, let's keep talking
When you
about
do
it.
scry, no, this is just a fast little solve. If you scry again tomorrow and you get a visual of where they are, you can attune to this staff. You take this staff and you can teleport us straight to that spot. You've already seen it. You probably have a better chance than describing it to me. You can just use this.
That's really great. That's really smart.
Nuts. Well,
That's
shit.
really smart.
Really smart.
I could do that right now, though.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Well,
That's
no,
brilliant.
because I used it today.
Okay, great.
It has
Let's
to
take
be
a nap
recharged
then.
tomorrow.
We'll spend the rest of the day stocking up on supplies.
Buy some stuff, party a little.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
You have enough for the
huge.
crowd.
That's
I want to do
That's
that.
really good. That's really smart.
Okay.
That's really smart.
I'm down. We should let. Yeah.
Change the world.
Let's all
She
just get the.
adjusts her crown and bells hells.
What an afternoon.
We had fun. No.
We teleported an alien to your room.
Look at us.
In the same hour that you've returned, you've saved my life.
Freshen up your hair. You have a beautiful.
Thank you kindly. It's part of the enchantment. You've helped maintain the cheer of the people of Zephrah and the Arashari. You've worked with me to figure out a path forward. Let me know of some hard but necessary truths. Summoned some weird creature into my chamber and then sent it away rapidly. I'm going to be wrestling with that for a little bit. I
But now
know
you
there's
know what
animals on the moon.
Yeah.
That's also something I'm probably not going to share with anyone for a while. But all that said, thank you For what it means to those I don't know as well, I'm proud of you, and to those that I've known far longer, I'm extremely proud of you. She kind of steps up to you, kneels down to your eye line. Orm, I was once like you. Young, yet burdened with so much knowledge about the world and how unjust it can be. I can see in your eyes a rage conflicted with fear. A need to fix this broken world and fear of not being enough. I know that feeling well. I've worn those insecurities my whole life. All of this may seem bigger than you. And it is. It's bigger than all of us. Individually. But we are whole as a people. We Ashari, we Exandrians. We who want to shepherd a brighter future for the generations to come. Most fear taking those first difficult steps. Thankless steps. However, all it takes to rally the incredible strength of a people is one brave soul to take that step forward and do what it takes to fight for it. Then their strength is yours, and your strength is theirs. I see a bravery in you that matches the immensity of your heart. You carry much weight. I recognize it because I carry my own. Some days it may not seem fair. It isn't. But find the strength to lift yourself up, heavy as it all may be, and still take that step. When the others rally, she gestures out beyond the window to the still sounds of celebration in the square. They will help you carry it. Orm of the Air Ashari, you are a paragon in the memory of dear Derek and his son, your partner, Will. You are a heart buffeted by the winds of change and the cold of reality, yet you continue to move forward. You are hope. You are Orm, my friend. You are Orm, savior blade of the Tempest. And you are never alone.
It all feels real heavy. 'Cause I'm real small. But like vines, we grow together. I'll try to do you and Derek proud.
I know you will. And if it helps, I watched someone even smaller than you speak a few words and send a newly born god to a realm where they'll never return. So, I think you're much bigger on the inside than you give yourself credit for.
Some days I believe that.
And the days that you don't, it's up to you to let him know.
We will.
Thank you.
It's the honor of my life. Thank you.
I'm gonna go lay down.
Sure.
I took one.
Yeah. Rest well. We will exit stage right.
She goes and waits for you all to begin to filter out of the room before she kind of covertly takes her gown off. And the door blows closed.
Savior Blade.
Oh.
Hello.
Much.
Do you have a title?
I have a title. I have a title.
It's kind of like a promotion.
Savior Blade of the Tempest.
Wow.
Probably had like a little tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Should we all go get tattoos?
Sure.
We have great artists here.
Oh, we should get tattoos while we're here before we leave tomorrow.
I'm down, except it would be complicated. I'm not saying no, though.
Well, you got an order to pick up,
Yes,
so
I do. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And tomorrow we're heading out?
Yeah.
We're gonna try it.
Yeah. Today we
Pass the
shop?
staff over to you.
Oh, yeah. I'll
Shop.
start a tuning.
And then tomorrow we just do something fantastically stupid in the hopes of maybe averting some terrible thing that is way bigger than any of us even combined and is ridiculous that we're even trying to deal with.
Gonna take a little journey back through history.
I'm excited. I feel like that was some much needed direction.
We've got a Titan over here.
Yeah.
Blood of the Titan.
Blood of the Titan.
Titan of blood.
Well.
Titany blood. Blood. I don't know. I was trying to do a thing. It kind of fell apart. It's a lot to take in.
Workshop.
A cleric of a prime deity and a
Whatever this is.
whatever that is.
Wife of a demon?
Yeah.
Wife of a
Whoa.
betrayer.
hold on.
When did we jump to wife?
Yeah.
All right. Fuck buddy of a demon.
Okay, that didn't happen either.
Demon consort. Devil consort.
Demon daddy.
Demon Zaddy.
Demon Zaddy. Devil Zaddy.
Alright.
Devil.
As you all take a deep breath, kind of contemplating this new various possible directions to take and step out into the warm midday air and sunlight in the center of the town of Zephrah, greeting the energy of the cheering crowd and people that immediately begin to swarm you with accolades and questions and greetings and welcomes. We'll go ahead and finish the episode there, and I'll pick her up next time.
So much
Savior Blade!
So much happened.
Shatter teeth!
Shatter teeth!
Shatter teeth!
Yeah!
We gotta go to the Ashar for their map making. I mean, come on. Oh, I want that map. I want that map! I want that map! For my collection.
One more. We get to start the episode with some costume descriptions. That'll be fun.
To regain its charges.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I wanna fuck some shit
Well,
up.
friends, let's go ahead and get ourselves out of here for the night. Thank you all so much for joining us. We love you very much, and is it Thursday yet? Good night.